Okay, so last time you guys had started on your possibly long journey, at least for in-game time, after being requested by the Great Rum Karthurrah, who protects the area surrounding as well as including the village of Hattahwood. All of you knowing and possibly deifying the worm just like the other inhabitants, you were more than willing to take on the request. Given an upfront payment of having some of your gear adamantized, you were asked to go far to the north. A possible month round trip with some leeway either side, as you were given 3 months to go to a very large city in the north, acquire some Esterelian beans, and return back to Hattahwood with said beans and seeds. With your first step, you arrived within the city of Lunaris. As you know, it is kind of a, not exactly floating, but a suspended city atop a tail end of a river, as well as being known for its fishing and nearby salt mines with its clay deposits. As they are heavily invested within mining, you know that it would be a good place to go for some climbing gear and other tools that you would need on your journey. With word ahead of time that there have been Naga troubles in the nearby rivers, it would be possibly best to go through the Aria mountain range towards the north. And with the foreknowledge of having some difficulties on the mountain range, you went to Lunaris to both make some money and buy up some climbing gear to aid in that endeavor. You've met a few people, as well as non-people in the form of undead, along the road, and thus far have not met any real antagonistic force outside of some monstrous goblins who are trying to sacrifice some traveling traders to the nearby dragon. Coming into the colourful bard within Lunaris, you met its proprietor Moonman, as well as talked with some of the nearby guildies. As you were informed by both the people here and seemingly Edwin, who has a lot of knowledge about guilds, apparently, as well as Strazenka knowing most about them outside of Shiva's icicles that apparently she is being correlated to. But now the whole party will be, as you all decided as a group to just join up in the Shiva's icicles, who are mostly known for taking on quests to take down humanoids. Whereas the other guilds are more suited towards monster hunts or bringing in things alive. And you were told that everyone needs to be a part of a guild to basically take on quests, because there have been issues within recent time that people were taking on these quests to basically kill other people or to steal rewards and the like. And the sigils you're all given essentially just say, hey, this person's been documented. It'll be really easy to find out if they've been a thief, killer, traitor, whatnot. And almost by fate, as you were finishing up your signing process, a local botanist by the name of Lara came running in to put in a submission for the guilds to take care of some animated plants within her botany garden and labs. Thinking it's a good enough time as any to start on your journey of making money and fame, you took on Lara's quest almost immediately. Heading to the botany labs, it was just a short walk away from the city, as it is suspended above the river. It's not exactly the prime location for a wide variety of herbs. Taking down the vegetables, you were also accosted on the bridge across a smaller part of the river by a Nagaling that burst out from it. Later from there, you even saw that there were some Crimson Sleeps members who were tracking said Nagaling. As you were the ones to kill it, they allowed you to keep its scale, and that's a kind of payment for you taking care of it instead of them. They told you that it was a fish scale, and you can generally find them on a lot of the younger Nagas. Essentially, it is a thrown alchemical item that inflicts quite a bit of water damage. Cleaning out the botany labs, you returned to the colourful bard to inform both Lara and August. And with that done, you were given a sizable reward as Lara went to and fro her botany labs to bring over some alchemical goods as well as payment. Edwin was a bit, not exactly surprised, but kind of hesitant, I guess you could say, about the size of the reward for how much was done, though she said that it was not too much issue, and since she is a botanist, she has quite a good supply of alchemical items. Thinking of the future and possible deep pockets, Ziran also investigated the quest board for the things you could undertake in your time here. Currently, you're only on the 3rd day of 90, so you've still quite a bit of time ahead of you to spare. Though the party ended up buying some rooms to sleep in for the night, wanting to discuss their next actions. With Ziran bringing over the information of the quests, you all sequestered to the 1st floor to your rooms. Moonman hands each of you a room key, as the people who bought single rooms got the keys that are noted as SR4, SR6, SR8, and then Ziran, who sprung the big gill, got a key that says SU1. Moonman also informs you that if you are needing any assistance, though nothing too intensive, as he's not really there for a lot of things, that you could ask one of his automatons on the 1st floor for assistance. And we shall continue as everyone climbs the stairs up to the 1st floor. The wood creaks slightly underfoot, though it is also joined by that of the flickering flames. The 1st floor is slightly colder than down below, as there is no large hearth to heat it. However, it's not too uncomfortable, it's just noticeable. At the top of the staircase, you can see that there is another fireplace set up, possibly a place for people who are just waking up to meet, or just a reading area. Large antlered animals have been trophied against the wall, showing a kind of artistic sight, if not barbaric to the ones that are more akin to keeping things alive where they can, as well as large vases with flowery displays inside of them. And you are free to move and talk as you wish.
What time is it?
It's getting on towards the afternoon after you've already helped out the botanists, so it's around 4 p.m. right now.
Okay.
As you move around outside of the stairwell, you will see that there is a similar creature with a steepled hat standing in front of one of the other sconces. Their shadowy face looks over towards you with blinking yellow eyes, but they don't seem to do any other motion besides notice your approach.
Which rooms are you all in again?
I believe ours were 4, 6, and 8, and Ziran had the suite.
Yes.
Should we first go to Ziran's room then to decide what to do with our next few days?
It sounds good to me. If you don't mind, Zero.
Oh, that's fine.
As you walk by the several rooms, more lit sconces light the way. All of the rooms have carvings into their doorframes of lettering of SR and SU with a number attached to it. It seems that the northern doors are all odd numbers, whereas the southern doors are all even numbers.
I think this one's mine.
Fumbling with the key in your hand, you're able to unlock the door to suite number 1. It is extravagantly large for whatever memory you had of the inns back in Hattahwood. A lovely and comfortable cloth sofa has been set up with a armoire and cupboard for you to store your things, and a large double bed at the northern end with 2 torches set within tankards on either side. The room is mostly dimly lit for those that have normal vision, but it's easy enough to look around. And at this side, there is the wet room, though do fear to the mind for the wet room, as the map does not have one. And in the middle of the bed, on the wall, is a window peeking out into the city. And from here, you get a relatively nice look at the waterways below.
Well, this is much bigger than I was expecting.
That is the cupboard, Drzenka.
Where was the couch? No, there's the armchair.
That's what I meant. The armchair is the sofa.
Okay. Take a seat there then, I guess.
Edwin's just gonna stand against the door and keep an ear out.
Edwin, you can roll perception.
Pressed it. Yep, I think power cards might be out. Okay, just.
Who broke them? Fess up.
I think it was me. I'll just roll it from the sheet.
Now I shall reset them. Alright, Edwin, as you keep an ear to the door, you will still hear the creaking of wood every so often, as well as the muffled and hushed conversations from below and possibly adjoining walls. Though it's a bit too hard to decipher them, you do know there are other people staying here.
That's fine.
So, I've got 3 potential jobs that we can do. We gotta get some snake skin for a leather worker. There's something to do with Nogglings. And then there's a Beastmaster that needs some help training one of its animals, I guess. The last one is a little bit more wishy-washy in its description of like reward. Basically, it's like however well we do, we can get more money for it. The first one is 400 gil and a masterwork backpack, and the Noggling one is 800 gil and 4 scrolls.
Well, how much do we still need? Should we not be on set to buy the climbing gear we came here to collect?
Well, I think we already have enough for all of that, don't we? Didn't we take it out of the money we got from the alchemist lady?
We got quite a sizable reward.
Indeed, we spent most of it on climbing gear, did we not? Or do we have the plan to?
I believe we planned on it. I do not think we have actually spent anything.
Then we could do with a few more funds. I agree with Zero on this. We can't delay too long. We need the money.
So the Beastmaster would take at least 4 hours plus travel time. The Nogglings is not exactly set on how long it's going to take. And the snakes shouldn't take that long. They only need 4 snakes. And they don't have to be dead either.
But of course, they need the skins, so they will be dead eventually.
Yeah, but we don't have to kill them. We just have to bring them back.
Well, as we already discussed earlier, we don't necessarily have the means to keep things alive.
Indeed. I can stop them from passing over to the other side, but of course, if this is a hunting trip, then I see no qualms with putting them down.
That's fine. And they are animals too, so it's not like sentient or sapient either.
Depends on your definition, but I see your point.
At least not as far as we know.
Well, it seems we're agreed on the snakes then.
Seems to be adequate for our needs for now, at least.
And then if we're gonna stay here another day, I think the Beastmaster one. It's just if it's close by, we can just take care of it real quick before we leave. It's 4 hours, but it's like a set time.
Are any of us good with animals?
Not
I am not.
necessarily, but fighting and stuff like that is also helpful. Let me see if I can remember. Being able to work with animals would be helpful. Being able to heal would be able to be helpful. Doing damage and being able to hit it is useful. Using magic against it in different ways. And the thing that I'm not that good at all, being able to notice things about it, I guess. Or maybe being able to point things out to it. I don't really understand that part. So all of us have something we can contribute to that. And the post says, the more we do, the better, but,
It may be worth us doing the snakes first, then moving on to the afterwards when we're a little bit more equipped. Does that sound good to you, all of you?
So, one more thing though. Snakes are day-dwelling creatures, and they're out during the heat of the day. They're not going to be out for much longer. It's turning evening. I think we might have enough time to go to the Beastmaster today if we want to.
Do we have the resources for it? We did have quite a few interactions at that house.
I'm all good.
Starting to run low on my supplies. I could really do with some time, but I can use it if need be. Drazenka, how are you looking?
I'm also getting a little winded on the magic front, but if that is what we decide to do, I should be alright.
I think discretion is the better part of valor here. No point in going into this if we're going to need to do as best we can, half-cocked.
I would prefer to go to it with my full potential.
Indeed.
And it's getting late, it is early on in our journey. I do not see the harm of taking the rest of the day and doing this tomorrow.
Good.
Either of them.
How are you any good with animals?
No, not at all.
I see. Start up, Gary, so how much money do we have at this point? Because it's not in mine. If we just put it in group loot.
It's in group loot we have 550, which
Okay.
you might want to put like a separate kill section if we are going to keep a group kill.
I can do that.
Keeping that.
And we have the 240 if we ever need it, but it's
Yeah.
good to keep it separate for now at least.
So for the Beastmaster, we handle animal heal and perception. I think we're decent at. Our problem is the handle animal part. So I'm just going to look at. I think there's a kit for handle animal.
I have a positive charisma, but it says it requires training. So, I don't know what that's gonna do.
In the case of not having ranks and it requiring training, you would just be limited to having a max of 10. But you
Okay.
could still roll lower than that.
It may be best to hold that one off until we can get a little bit more oomph in our animal handling skills.
I think so. I think we deal with the snakes, then potentially deal with the Naga, and then go to the Beastmaster last, depending on how long we have. We're only on day 3, thankfully. And the fort is not going to wait.
No,
Sorry.
we do have some time. I suggest that we can help investigate the Nagas, but if it's gonna keep us here for longer than a couple of days, then we'll probably just skip that one.
Agreed. Well, good night. And Edmund will leave.
It always strikes me how out of the blue and abrupt he can be. He's a good guy for sure, but just leaves me speechless sometimes.
Yes, well, there is a point to him. If we are done, then best to reserve the rest of our energy for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have a bath soon, and then I'm gonna go down to dinner. Would you like me to let you know when I'm out, Drazenka?
Please do.
Which room were you in again?
I'm in room 8.
Okay, I'll go knock on your door and let you know when I'm done. I shouldn't be too long.
Alright. Do take your time. Do not worry about me.
Later, Smelly.
I'm about to take care of that, don't you worry.
What room did Edwin take?
The 4.
Yeah, you can.
Yours
You'll
is
be able to.
6. As Edwin mostly reads for the rest of the day, what is Al doing with her time to herself?
Probably not a lot. She probably gets quite twitchy, so... How late is it?
4 p.m.
4 p.m? It's so early. She's getting out of her room and she's going back downstairs.
Are you going to immerse yourself amongst the bar patrons?
Pretty much. See if she can get a free drink here or there.
Alright, roll me diplomacy.
You have the bonus because you're still drunk.
I do. I still have that. Is that still a plus 1 bonus or is that plus 2 now? I can't remember.
It's +2. I'm pretty sure I told you before.
Is your sleight of hand better? Could you just play Minesweeper and hope for the best?
No.
Alright. As you move down back into the ground floor of the colourful bar to try and converse with the other patrons, you're not exactly too versed in group conversations. So you try and enter into things, but you're that kind of person who's just trying to speak up, but you can't speak up above anyone else who's currently talking. and you never find a way to put yourself into the conversation. You're just kind of like standing there every so often. And you can also roll perception.
Yeah, it's alright.
And whilst you are mostly failing in the art of talking, you do spot that even though this place is a tavern, it has alcohol, it does also have food and for people to stay. And there are a trio of young Gria kind of spying at you from the outdoor seating area. Their heads kind of peeking in through the window.
Are they looking at Al?
Yes.
She's gonna go outside and say, "What are you looking at?"
Is this an intimidating what you're looking at? Like, are you offended they're looking at you?
No, it's just more. She's very bad with words, so although it's more like a, "Is everything okay?" Like, "Why are you looking at me?" But it comes across as, "What are you looking at?"
The children all take a few steps back, as you can easily see that they're a bit intimidated by a fully grown Gria, as fully grown as you can be. As the one at the front kind of stumbles their words trying to reply. Miss, we were just wondering, you want to, play?
What have you got in mind?
We're playing ceiling hoppers.
She has a really dumb look on her face, like, "What is that?"
It's when you go onto the ceilings of buildings and jump between them. We try and use wings to get as far as you can. Whoever gets the farthest wins.
A challenge. I accept. Show the way.
The children lose a bit of their fear as their faces are gleamed with smiles as they dart away, one of them pulling at your hand to bring you over to one of the other buildings. And whilst they're calling it ceiling hoppers, they actually mean the rooftops. At which point they try to clamber and climb atop one with nearby boxes and crates. And I'll need you to, if you want to assist them, it's going to be a strength roll, and if you want to be climbing yourself, it'll be a climb roll.
Fucking, what is going on? Well, that's a really poor assistance. Oh my, what is going on?
As the kids
Literally.
clamber around, you try and give assistance by like putting your hand down so they could step on it. But apparently these Gria children are just very stocky, and they just kind of like they kick your hand into the floor and just like stamp on it. And as you're like waving your hands around to try and get rid of the pain, you then try to climb. You then break a part of some of the crates and pull out some of the rocks and just fall on your back as all the kids laugh at you.
That last drink, too much. Let me try again. Can I try again?
Yes.
Rage, dragon form.
Why am I not rolling above a fucking 5?
Hey, it's fine to do on the roleplay rolls, right?
It's just hilarious.
for the
at this
combat.
point. I mean, she's gonna get frustrated if this one failed. I'm assuming it did.
This time you clamber on, but very slowly, as the kids are already on the top of the roof, just waiting for you.
She's probably broken a tiny bit of a sweat at this point. What's next?
We're gonna go in age, and whoever goes the furthest will make a mark on the wood with chalk. Furthest wins this pebble. They then hold out a pebble that is very shiny.
Now, just to fine-tune it a little bit, do we have to jump, or is it any means necessary to jump the furthest?
We jump and use wings.
You probably see Al have a slight smile. Okay.
All right. The kids go in what you would assume to be their age order from youngest to oldest, as you see how far they're able to glide. Oh, I almost added an extra number to their bonus, and that would have been way too high.
Don't make it impossible for me. I don't want to embarrass myself anymore.
The first kid, who is apparently the youngest, is just destined to be a flyer, as they fly and almost hit their face into the next building. They then write on the wooden beams below in chalk in what you can assume to be their initials. The middle-aged one gets the shortest distance, and they start to write their initials on the board, and then they think, oh, this is pointless, he's already ahead of me. So they just put their chalk away. And then the last one goes and gets in between where they would have been, and they still put their initials down, almost as if to try and put down their personal best. They then all look at you and wait for your jump, as you need to make a Constitution roll.
Am I allowed to transform into a dragon before this?
You can do. It's up to you if you think the kids are going to think you're cheating, or they're just going to be very awe-inspired that you just turned into a dragon.
Oh yeah, she's thinking they're great. She's thinking they're going to be proud.
All right.
I get a 60-foot fly speed, so I don't know if this technically counts as cheating.
Well,
You get a plus 8 to
they
the roll.
can't fly, they can only glide, so...
I know. That's why I'm loving it.
Wait, what speed? What maneuverability is it though? Because it could reduce your roll.
It's poor.
Oh,
Yeah, but he can actually fly, whereas they're just gliding.
true.
It's not going to be a very hard fly check to just go further than they did gliding.
Well, if
roll
that's
me
the case-
intimidation in your dragon form.
I should do a big stretch and transform. I really hope I don't intimidate the kids, but let's find out. Nope.
There's the good rolls coming in, yeah?
Yeah.
You transform into a dragon, and whilst some people might be intimidated by this, the kids just have wide, glistening eyes as they look at you.
And then I guess, do you still need the concentration?
You don't
roll?
need the concentration, because you can just fly in a dragon form, can't
Yeah,
you?
so I'll just fully fly right over them at 60 foot. Or at least, no, probably not that far, because they probably didn't jump that far. But she'll just go just that bit further.
Are you going to land on the next building? Because the 18 pretty much got to the wall.
Oh yeah, I'll land on top of the next building.
Transforming into a not-so-ferocious yellow dragon, Owl jumps and flies over to the next building. It creaks slightly under her weight hitting the towers above as the kids cheer and jump from below.
She'll like let go of the dragon form and go back to her grey form. There we go.
That was amazing. Can we do that when we grow up?
Ah, it takes a lot of practice. My dad taught me. I'm sure if you do with a lot of practice, you might be able to.
Where's your dad? Is he one of the bigger houses?
No, he's not in this town. I come from a town in the mountains, Shadowrock Hollow. Don't know if you've heard of it.
The kids look to each other and they give you that inquisitive look as if, what the hell did she just say?
No, Shadowrock Hollow, the Greer village in the mountains. Look it up on a map, or ask your parents.
Okay. Never heard of anything like that. It sounds cool.
So I guess that makes me the winner, right?
Yep. You get the pebble. The kid then hands out the pebble to you.
I will take the pebble and pocket it. Yeah, it's fun playing, but I'm gonna head back now. Go and get a bit of a rest. It takes a bit out of you when you transform like that.
Okay, miss. Play with us next time, yeah?
Sure, if you're around. And she'll jump off and use her wings to glide down.
The kids will dart off into the distance.
She'll head head back in and head towards her room. She'll just give a good thud to the... Is it actually a black mage? Or is it a waiter? Or guard?
A waiter?
Oh,
No, that's the automaton that Moonman told you about.
Oh, we'll just give it a good shove on the shoulder to say, kind of like a welcome or a greeting, and then just keep walking. Wrong room.
You open the room as you see Edwin reading, then you close it. And what is Drazenka doing for the rest of the day?
She's probably gonna start with taking an early dinner. Leave a note on her door in case Zaran finishes his bath before she gets back. And pretty much the rest of the night is just gonna be drying up her fur.
Fair enough. What about Zaran? Entro?
Yes.
Are you doing anything besides what you wrote about bath food and then go to sleep?
No, I'll hang out. Maybe get a couple bets in with Al if she's available and something pops up.
Alrighty. As everyone has their dinners, baths, and retires to their beds for the night, everyone can roll perception.
Am I still drunk at this point, even though it doesn't matter?
You would not be drunk, no, and it doesn't affect your perception. At least not the stage you're at. Alright, Zaran, you're able to sleep like a log, and it's almost as if you can't even hear the noise peek through the walls. Drazenka and Al, you may wake up at some point in the night to some muffling and shuffling of chairs, but nothing too obscenely aggressive and just normal tavern noise. Whereas Edwin, you'll wake up sometime during the night. You have no real means of knowing the exact time. But you can hear a few words through the muffling downstairs, as you can make out that some people are talking about some undead, as you also had a conversation with Aristat, and you can recognize one of the voices as his. And from what you can gather, they're talking about another band of undead that have seemingly given the undead a bad name.
Fair enough. I don't get a name at all, do I? They don't mention them by name.
You hear no name, because some of it is kind of hard to distinguish, but that's as most as you can get out of it.
No worries.
And with that, the day will pass into the next. As you awaken to the windows on all of your bedrooms kind of shaking a bit at the light winds that you can hear outside.
Alright. Edwin's going to push the book on anatomy off him. Get up. Play in the hall.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
I think I nearly drowned in my bed.
Do you need assistance?
Figuratively, not literally.
I see.
Like I'm
Like,
bang on Ao's door.
I was gonna just give a knock, but I guess Zera made it first.
You'll probably hear some like shuffling and maybe stomping coming towards the door.
Good
Who's
morning,
banging on my door?
sleepyhead.
What do you want?
It's time to get up and start your day bright and early.
It's that time already? Ugh.
Shouldn't have been drinking.
Oh, I'm just tired from all the exercise last night. Is everyone? Oh, everyone's awake. It's just me. Okay.
Are
Shall
we
I-
all good?
She'll pull out of her pocket her shiny pebble and just start looking at it. Ah, looks even better when it's a bit brighter.
Not a fun afternoon then. Oh,
Yeah,
had a
I won a competition last night. Got the shiny
What's
pebble.
that? Is that just a shiny pebble?
Looks shiny
oh,
to
flash
me.
detect magic just goes.
The pebble is not magic.
I mean, I figured, but who did you win it from?
No, just some Greers. No, just hanging around. They're outside the tavern. We played a game called What? Oh, Sealing Hopper. That was it. And she'll pocket the pebble. Let's get a boob on, shall we?
Indeed, got a long day ahead of us.
I really want to try to snag that from her. I'll wait for now.
We may need to speak to Mr. Crow about a potential roving band of undead. I suggest it's not me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I overheard something last night. Best to talk to them about it.
Well, we saw the band of undead before we came here, but I would have guessed those were under his employ, no?
Possible. Apparently one that's giving the undead a bad name. I'm assuming it's some kind of roving band of intelligent but malicious undead.
I'm not that great against undead, guys.
I can hold my own, but I believe we already had plans for our next quest, no?
Indeed. It's more for a warning case if we see them out in the world. I'm not offering to help. It's simply a case of if we encounter them, we need to know if they're on the Crimson Slept side or not.
I think those ones usually have some sort of markings on them, right? Like the banner or something.
In truth, we've only encountered one. Or they could be wearing the deceased clothing of someone else. It's best to get more information.
Alright.
Good morning. I hope your rooms were to your satisfaction.
Absolutely. I didn't even want to get out of bed this morning.
A wonderful thing to hear. Will you be staying with us for another day, or shall I be taking the keys back?
I think one more day, at least.
Indeed.
If that is the case, Would you mind paying up front now? You can use the rooms as storage for the whole day if you have other things to leave. We'll have them cleaned, and make sure nobody else uses the room in the meantime.
Yeah, whatever my price is, I'll pull it out and hand it over.
How much is it for the single rooms?
It is 50 gross.
50 gross. Yep, I can take that on my personal. I'll hand that over. A technical question. Sorry,
Pay mine
Chico.
from my own. Yeah, I pay mine from my own kill.
What was the question going to be, Jack B?
Can we take the lockbox with the money for the seeds and bring it into, like, upstairs, or is it attached to the cart? Like, is it part of the structure?
The box on the cart is attached to it, so it can't be easily stolen.
That's fine. Makes sense. Yeah, no problem. I'd suggest we get a better lock for it at some point. I know we got a better lock before we left. We don't need to get one now, but the harder it is to pick, the better, because we might need to put things like other valuables in there.
Are you saying this as Edwin or as your player?
As my player, I'm just thinking about it. That's all. Edwin's very good at staying quiet. Apart from when someone says the herb.
Show me your legs.
Well, should we leave or speak to Alistair? I don't mind either way. We should simply get going.
Alistair?
Why am I thinking? Why is his name Alistair? His name's not Alistair.
Who's Alistair?
Aristat. Sorry.
Yeah, the undead guy was Aristat.
Well, I think we need to let August know that we're taking a certain... Oh, and he's gone.
I'm simply coming around the side.
Yeah, I think we need to let August know that we're picking up a couple of these quests.
Far away.
Probably for the best to start with one at a time.
Good morning, Mr. August.
Good morning, newcomers. Can I help you with anything?
I noticed a couple of quests on the board yesterday that I think we'd like to be able to try.
Of course. There's plenty to go around, and I'm sure you're eager to get a few people speaking about you. Anything in particular?
Well, the first one I think we're going to try was the snakeskin one.
Ah, yes. It was from a local tailor. That one's been on there for a few days, actually.
And then maybe later today, if we have time, we might go after the Beastmaster training one.
Of course. That one pops up a few times in a month. She's often very not confident about the way she trains her beasts, and this is just a way for her to double check things are going fine. There's no danger with that one, it's just she requires people with talents and knowledge about combat.
What can you tell us about the Nogglings besides what was on the post?
Well, I'm sure you've heard about Nogglings just being issues about anywhere with rivers, and since Lunaris is set atop one, they like to come down here a few times. We've even been attacked by a few skirmishes here or there, but nothing too large scale. And there's been some sightings of large snake serpent creatures down below, and a few records of people going missing down there. You'd actually be the second group to go take it on if you are to do so. The first group has not returned in about 3 days now.
Down where?
In the waterways below Lunaris. You can often see them through the floorboards, some cracks here or there. If you spent the night here, you might have been able to see some of the waterways from your windows.
Yeah, we did. Would we need to be able to swim or hold our breath for that?
No. Well, unless the Nagalings escape into the water, you might be needing to swim. But the waterways have plenty of scaffolding. It's mostly a construction area to make sure the pillars and whatnot are still in good repair. If you are to fall into the water, I would advise someone in your group be able to swim relatively well to get you out, but there are ladders and ropes and whatnot that should help you.
Okay, thank you for the information. I think we're gonna definitely go for those snakes first.
Alright, so I shall make a note of that.
Do you have any more information on where they might normally be found?
Yes, there is a cave they make as their home. It's about a half-hour chogo ride away from Lunaris. It isn't especially dark in there from memory, but then a lot of our members have lights and dark vision. It is also home to a few species of bats, but no one really took the time to document what type of things are living in there.
Those bats, are those the other animals that are, what are they called? The other beasts that protect
Yes.
the cave?
They are known to have a range of creatures in the cave, hence why the reward is relatively high for such mundane creatures, I guess you could say. It's bound that the bats are going to give you issue, so the quest is obviously increased in reward for that. Nothing is needed from the bats, you don't even need to kill them, but you most likely will need to.
Alright, thank you very much. I think that's all we need.
Oh then, if you're going after the snakes, would you mind handing over the 10 gross quest fee?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's per person, isn't it?
It is per person per quest, yes.
I don't have 10 gross itself, so I will hand over a gold.
I'll
A
just give you the
gold?
gross.
Damn,
Really?
you're rich.
I'll give him the gross on your behalf.
Is Jester paying for her room and the 10 gross for the quest? Jester?
Sorry?
Have you paid the 50 gross for your room and the 10 gross for the quest?
I haven't, but I will do that.
Alright. Paying for the rooms and the quest. Is the party doing anything before they set off?
If no one else is going to, I'll just ask August where Aristat is.
Oh, Aristat Crow has moved on. Sadly, a lot of our scouts have had issues with undead to the north, and he's going to go deal with it. Apparently a Namazu has got all uppity about something that's happened, and they're using undead to try and get their revenge.
That's what I heard last night then. Fair enough. Thank you.
What was the name of that Namazu, if you don't mind telling me?
The name hasn't come down to me just yet. I don't think many people have been talking with the Namazu thus far. I can try and inform you if we do get to know its name.
Yeah, if it happens to come through, that'd be nice.
August scribbles a note on his piece of paper next to him.
We're heading for the caves. Do we need additional light sources for anyone?
Edwin will show you the 5 sun rods that he's got in his pack, ready for it.
Alright.
Oh, good. I don't have any sort of special light vision, and I would not be able to see in that cave without any light.
Not an issue.
What is the conversion of gross to gil?
It is 100 gross to 1 gil.
Okay, thank you.
Gross is essentially the pennies or the cents.
Before we go, I'm going to go back to the cart, make sure everything is still in order, and pick up the shovel and ask if Al can carry it for me as we go over there.
You also need to pay for the carriage for the next day.
That's true. I think it was 5 gross or something to stable it.
I do have a handout for many things now. Here is the handout for the inns and stables. The colourful bar that you're at only goes up to a suite, so the other things are for more extravagant inns. And at the very bottom, you can see the prices for stables. It is
Cool.
5 gross per bird and 10 gross per vehicle. So for yours, it's 20 gross. If you want to hire guardsmen, it is 30 gross per guard.
Okay, I'm happy to
You
just
can
pay
pay
the... Are you good at it? Cool.
I can pay the 20 gross for today.
Thank you. I don't feel like we maybe need to get a guard here, but if we have the money going forward, it'd be a good idea.
We don't have much in it right now. We can just take the essentials and have it in my rooms or something. Or keep them in the lockbox. I don't really think we have enough to warn the cart just yet.
No, but eventually we might do.
Edwin, if you are looking around for any disturbances, roll me perception.
Getting there. Nope.
Alright, as you look over the stables and your carriage, you don't find anything amiss, and taking the key to unlock the lockbox, looking inside, everything is where it is.
Fair enough.
The stable hand will come by and ask if you're keeping the vehicles and whatnot here for another day.
Drazenka handle that.
Yes, we are looking for at least one more day.
If you're wanting to keep it here for the day, and if you want to have the space just rented for you, you can pay now. It'll just run out in the morning.
Sounds fine to me. I'll pay him up.
The lad takes the 20 gross, writes on 2 small slips of paper and hands you another receipt. He will take the old one back from Edwin.
Thank you very much. Do we need the carriage to get the caves?
The caves where the snakes are located is half hour via chocobos. You can get there at 1 hour via walking.
You fancy a morning walk, or do we want to take the carriage?
Half an hour's not going to kill us, is it? Could do with stretching our legs.
Well, it is an hour by foot.
I suppose we have the carriage for a reason. I'll leave the decision up to you all.
I'm fine with the walk.
I'm fine with either, but a carriage is always nice to have in case we find something bigger than we can really carry feasibly back to the town.
That is true. But do you have a preference?
Jester?
Hello.
Are you paying attention?
Wasn't that time. I had Chloe in the room.
We're deciding if we want to just walk an hour to the cave or take the carriage.
I'm assuming we haven't got to pay twice. We've got it for the day anyway if we took the carriage.
Yeah, we have the staple slot, so we can just bring it back.
Yeah, might as well take the carriage then. If we find anything there that we don't necessarily want to carry on us, we can put it in the carriage.
True.
So yeah, my vote's taking the carriage.
Alright, sounds like the party is mostly in favor of taking the carriage, so you'll do so. As you steer the chocobos and carriage out of the stables, you make your way out of the Lunaris gates. The winds die down not too long after you set off, and eventually you'll come up to the caves. With the sunlight bleeding into the entrance, you can see that the cave is definitely not man-made, as many of it has been cut out by the wind or earthquakes and the shifting of just Earth in general. Winds and light continue to go in through the twisting bends as it goes into a corridor. And from here, you don't hear much from the interior, besides a few squeaks here or there, marking it as definitely a darker cave on the inside if there are to be bats in there. As well, you can also smell what seems to be refuse of several animals going to and fro, but nothing else besides that.
Jazenka, are you using torchlight?
I don't have that.
I will crack 2 sun rods. I'll give 1 to Owl, because you can just sort of put it on your body, and then 1 to either Zirin or Drazenka, whichever one wants it.
What did you say you're giving to me?
It's a sun rod, so it is something you can tuck into like your belt or something. It's basically a big glow stick.
I don't think you need to get. No, I've already got one. You don't need to give it to me.
Oh, you got one
have
already.
5.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got 5.
Oh, nice. So we both have 5.
So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll snap one, attach it to my belt.
Cool.
Where's the light?
30, 20. Hang on.
I think sun rods are 30.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, 30.
Alright. Owl now glows.
If everyone's handed me one, I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll give the other
I've
one
got nothing in my offhand anyways.
Does it need to be free for your stuff though?
I just can't wield like a shield or anything like that. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check.
Because you could just attach it to your belt or something if not, and it has the same effect.
What's going on? I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Alright.
Are we all ready?
Agreed.
Let's head on.
I'll have the crossbow out for now.
As you make your way through the caves, you'll come up to a point where you can see a large skeleton crossed through the floor. It kind of winds and rinds with the cave wall itself, going both to the west and the east. It's exorbitantly large and glistens against the light of your sunrod. What also glistens in the light of the sunrod is several tiny eyes that beam open at you as you enter in here, squeaking loudly at your presence and darting towards you.
Oh my!
Bet.
That's a couple bets.
Well, just for these things.
I don't know why they're called vampire bats. That's not their name. I also don't know why it's showing that, but I guess it's easy just for you to see it.
Maybe.
with 3 on your S stock.
Nice.
And I'll
As everyone
step
can
over.
see, that Zieren's neck is just a mass of bruises.
Yeah, I'll step over to Zeren and try to heal him up a bit.
You might want to take him outside, because the bats are in range.
She's using Calming Touch as a touch.
Oh, I thought you were using channel. My bad.
No, calming touch. Because that's specific for non-lethal. So when else am I ever gonna use this?
Maybe
To calm
there
the
are.
children.
If you fight other humanoids that don't want to kill you, like those from the squalls.
Yeah, he's still a little bit bruised up, but he's looking a lot better now.
Sweet. How bad are you, Zeren?
Like 2 off, and it's all non-lethal anyways, so rest will definitely take care of it.
I mean, Drazenka, you're right to use another one on him. If
I
that's
can use
alright.
another one. Yeah. Didn't your XP's off?
I think it is. I just think it shouldn't be that high. Or should it? What's everyone else got?
So I would put it to that with 130.
Yeah, I think I must have missed something. Cool.
It's another one for Zeren.
Since you're missing 50, you probably missed the trap.
Might be that. Well, that'd be the
That should
bats
be
then.
exactly the amount of non-lethal he took, I think.
1 more than that.
Alright.
But either way, fully good. Thank you, Mr. Redzenka.
No worries.
Flying vermin, not our targets.
You say as the bat is still stuck to your rapier.
I'll just kick it off.
Oh, yeah. And I'll do a little flourish and then sheath my... Well, not sheath it. We're in a cave. I'll do a little flurry and just keep it in the ready position.
Alrighty. The
Also, pick up a crossbow.
almost colossal-sized skeleton continues weaving around the cave as it continues around to the south.
Good thing we didn't have to deal with this.
I hope these other
Are we in,
snakes
like,
bite
is this
big.
cave a burrow that this thing's made? Because it's pretty much following its corpse.
I wonder if it died with eggs in it, and that's where these other snakes came
Dear
from.
snakes.
As you make your way around the corner, you'll find where the serpentine skeleton finishes, as it's weaving and turning, ends up with a pile of eggs, cocoons, and debris, as well as several skeletons with a few pieces of gear here and there, and piles of shiny gill that reflect against your sun rods. Around these corpses, as well as what you could just say a mound of loot, there are 4 snakes that, as described, are bigger than usual, though they are still tiny-sized. They kind of huddle around the loot, almost as if they're using it as a makeshift bed. They definitely notice your light, but they kind of like look over you, then they go back to like leaning their heads upon their own body.
Let's try to identify them first.
If you wish to identify them, it is knowledge nature.
Do you need to be trained?
This one can be untrained.
Nice.
I should have all the knowledge as next level, or most of them.
Alright, Ziren has no clue, but everyone else know that these are snakes. They're creatures that look like a snake, who would have guessed it, with reddish-orange scales and dark white eyes without pupils. You can learn 3 traits. They are tiny, so again, they need to enter your square to attack you.
Could Can we get the normal lever? Can we swap immunities for poison potentially? I've got a lot of ways of dealing with that, but it's pretty worth checking. I know, level
Certainly
2
do that.
actually is what we need.
Whenever Jester pulls the lever.
Yoink.
Cool.
She's saying instead of immunities for poison, yeah?
Please, if everyone's alright with that, I think it might be
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, give me un memento. I don't know why that adds so many spaces down there. They have a weakness to ice, not lightning. Their poison, dealt by their bites, deals 1d2 con damage every round for 6 rounds. You can cure it with 1 save. And they have resistance of 5 against water.
It may be worth us hitting them with ranged attacks first and drawing them to us, rather than going in there and getting swarmed by poisonous creatures. So only if you have ranged equipment.
Nope.
I was not prepared for range combat, unfortunately.
I see.
No ranged equipment, but ranged abilities.
Ah, your god magics. I see. I suggest that. What are your thoughts? I do have a spare light crossbow because we got 2. It's not with me though, admittedly, so it's not going to help anyone.
Oh, yeah. That's not helpful.
Yeah. Should we just prepare a shot then? Because your stuff's close range, right?
Yeah,
So
close range.
25
I need to be 25, yeah.
Yeah. So could we prepare a shot? And if I fire a crossbow bolt from here, if you guys want to get in a position, because ideal scenario is they come down here and Al can lightning breath them, but we'll see. Good talk, guys. Good talk.
Yeah, we can just get ready for it.
But yeah,
Well, we can have our initiatives and then we'll just go
Anyone
surprise
chat
round.
to snakes?
no.
Well, that's a shame.
Sorry, I'm looking at my abilities to see if there's anything that might actually help with this.
The only thing I have
It's
is
just
a
the
long range breath weapon, but I have to be in dragon form to do it. And it's only a line.
A line is good, because remember the diagonal line is actually quite good at catching stuff out as well.
Mhm.
It's also hella long range.
I do have lines I could pull in for you. What distance is your breath?
Mine's a 60 foot.
I think I have exactly 60-foot lines.
Yeah, because there's
See
a
what
few
they do.
spells those.
If I just stand here, just transform and just get them to all line up nicely right in front of me, that'd be perfect.
That was the hope
Yeah.
from where we stood.
Yeah. Never know, they might.
I reckon some of them are probably going to go that way.
Probably.
So before we, as we're sort of getting ready, does anyone want to stand next to Al, or do you want to just sort of leave it as we are?
I can try to get as close as I can.
I mean, if we can get them to hit me, it means I haven't got to spend a full round action to get into dragon form, because I can just do it as immediate. Because we're not flat-footed, are we?
Well, that's
No,
the thing. Once they hit
no,
you, they
you're-
have to be in your square, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Unless they have
okay.
reach,
They have
but you never asked, and tiny creatures typically don't have reach.
Okay.
Why doesn't Al
Snake is nothing but rage.
have one?
Can
And
you 5 foot even though they're in your square or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
so
sure.
if we keep a
Um,
step back.
I added the 60-foot lines to the AoE's section if you want to use those.
Let me see what it looks like. Oh my.
maybe have Drazinka and Al take 5 foot back.
I can't even turn it because it's off the map.
It might be better to keep them where they are, because
Thank you.
I have to wait for the line to go away to move my token.
We're trying to bottleneck them, and if they go in the square, you can still stab into it.
Alright, so while people surprise actions, is Edwin just shooting, yeah?
Yeah, flat out to get their attention.
What one are you shooting?
From where I am, I believe that one is probably my best bet because it's got the least cover.
Well, cover is cover.
No, I mean, I can't see any cover because I'm stood on top of this thing, right?
Oh.
Would Al provide cover?
Yes.
That one, I don't think is being provided cover.
It's tiny, so it's beneath the skeleton, so yes.
That's great. I'll just go for that one then.
Like, both of them have the same amount of cover.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot that one.
Shooting that one, it will penetrate its side as it hisses out in anger. What is Al doing?
She will just ready her axe if something comes near. Trying to look intimidating to get them to hit her.
Alright. Is Ziren doing anything with his surprise action?
I'll ready an action to attack anything that moves into our square.
Nice.
What about Druzenka?
I'm readying elemental orb for anything that comes within 25 feet. Well, any of the
Alright.
any of the snakes.
The snakes
I'm in
are
25
all...
feet.
Snakes are all angry and small as they will dart their heads over to you and slither side to side. Druzenka, you can have your orb.
Yep. It's gonna be ice.
Lightning, just for the sake of it.
You form a orb of ice and throw it towards that snake. However, as you shoot it downwards, the ice will hit this large skeletal frame of the serpent and miss. Ow, do you want your ready dex?
Yeah, I'll take it.
As this thing moves up, you bring down the axe as the snake might try to avoid the ice, who knows, as you slice down its head, making its forked tongue also a forked head.
Teamwork makes dream work.
One of the other snakes will dart their way upwards as they go into Owl's square, which, Ziren, you can have your ready action.
Look at this, well-oiled machine.
You pierce it as it goes into there, and Owl, you can have a attack opportunity. Chloe, go away. Cousin, go away.
Did it hit me?
Or nephew, whatever. You get attack opportunity because it moves into your square.
Oh, I can, because yeah, that was already action. Yeah, right.
Nice.
I dropped it again. It's an
As
accident.
Ziren stabs it into place, holding it for you, you slam down with your axe. As a double strike takes care of that snake.
It's like we almost planned for this.
Incredible.
We're almost
taking us-
content. What is
It's taken us-
happening?
I was going to say, it's taken us like 3 years and we have tactics now.
This other one is slipping its way into our square.
Hello.
Owl doesn't have combat reflexes, does she?
No, she doesn't.
Would Drazenka be able to?
No, because they don't technically occupy the squares they're in, so you wouldn't be threatening their square.
Right.
But that is all of its movement. Edwin.
We reload and ready in action in case any of the snakes come out towards that choke point.
All right.
So I can see the head of one, like just about.
This other snake is making its way downtown, slithering fast. You can have your shots.
Whoosh! 7.
If only.
I'm hero point that.
Okay.
Cool.
Are you hero pointing you are
Oh. Pain. Alright, I'll take the point out.
You aim up your shot as you see it was going to be quite the grand one, and I don't know, you repeat your doctrines in your head, trying to put out any other noise, but you remember that you were making a mistake with another operation, and that just kind of clouds your mind with doubt as you just shoot it normally.
Well, alrighty. What the fuck is my
And this thing will move into our square. Drazenka.
And because they're all in our square, there's no way to really get flanking, is there?
No.
Fair enough. Am I gonna be sure about this? Absolutely. I'm gonna try to Shatter Strike one of the snakes.
Is that a real question?
Not really. It was a question for myself.
I think we're down to 1 hero point. There we go.
Okay, so I think I found the formula. I need to stop doing my class shit and just attack normally. Because those have worked the best so far if I just attack.
You form ice around your blade, and the snake really does not like this coldness coming towards it, and just hides inside of the skeleton as you attack the skeleton. Ow.
Ask it a question.
Axe it. Axe it, a good old question. I dropped the axe again.
You bring down the axe. However, the snake slithers around and crawls around the shaft of the axe as you miss.
Damn. Okay.
Zirin.
We can only. Wait, I see 2 snakes
Yes.
that are still slithering around on the ground. All right, I'm gonna
Yes.
go ahead and do a precise strike on one of them. Hey,
Nice.
As the one coils around Owl's axe, doing another combo, she holds up her axe as you pierce into it and flick the snake off.
can I? It's not gonna work. I want to try to get aggro from the other snake.
Do you have any way for antagonizing things that don't speak your language?
Not really. I can just try to intimidate it.
Heavy penalties, but sure.
I'm gonna try.
And you? If you already attacked, or is that a provoking?
Yeah, antagonize usually a
Standard. Even demoralizing is the standard.
It's not gonna work either way.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna roll.
I just thought he wanted to roll the click-clacks.
Fair enough.
You
a
try and
decent click-clack.
intimidate the snake, but the snake has no idea what you're doing. It's intimidated very highly by having its nest attacked.
I just hiss at it.
Sadly, that powerful tongue doesn't make any sense to it. I deleted the wrong... Oh no, I didn't even delete this thing. Okay. Edwin.
Cool. Seeing as they are there, do I need to have a weapon out to use the aid another action?
It's a melee attack.
That's fine. I will drop the crossbow, draw my rapier, but I will use aid another on Drazenka because my attack bonus is dog shit and I do no damage.
You wouldn't have any actions to do so.
Would I not?
Because drawing
it's
to
difficult
move
terrain.
and you're on difficult terrain.
Got you. Shooting into there is going to be a nightmare, but fuck it, I may as well do it anyway.
Not any more nightmare than just having normal cover.
True. Nope. Moving on. I'm down to a certain amount of bolts, I think.
You
I'm
shoot,
out.
trying to ignore Owl's tail, And she kind of like, I don't know, eeps and jumps to try and avoid it and just throws you off.
Alright. Cool. I'm out of bolts.
It goes to the snake, who is going to attack the other scaly person in front of it. As it does a big chompy boy, onto Owl. As you'll take 1 damage and need to make a fortitude save. The fort save would occur before you transform if you are going to.
Is that... Yeah, it's a fort save. I was like 1 damage on the fort. That... Nice. Is that actual damage or is it not lethal?
It was an actual damage, yes. And you're able to stave off whatever poison it was going to be put onto you, which you know is con damage. Are you transforming or no?
No.
Jazenka.
Try to slash at the last snake.
Alright.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't do the other strike, but it doesn't matter. Forgot to
Damn
take it
it,
off.
2. You swing out with that blade, but Owl is just too much of a precious little creature that you don't want to hurt her instead.
Guys, we're level 1. Don't feel bad about it. Level 1.
Ow.
She'll free action, drop her axe, and grow some claws, and we'll slash out at the snake.
Oh, that second one, though.
You swing out with your claws as you smash into the ground, the snake slithering to the side. And now it has less room to maneuver as you slam down with the other and push its body into the dirt. And it will stop slithering in your hand.
Nice.
Pick her axe back up. Just a pile of dead snakes. I love it.
Are these snakes particularly damaged from our fight? Like, are their pelts still usable? The scales, sorry.
Their snake skin is still usable, yes.
Zirin, where are you going?
There's a little pocket over here. I was wondering if there might be something hidden.
This hole was made for me! Outside of being rather snug, there's nothing over there.
There wasn't anything near.
It's a natural tunnel. There might be a few offshoots like that.
I said it wasn't man-made. A snake isn't a man.
I'm gonna check out these eggs. See if they got snakes in them still.
How would you know?
Hold the sunrod up and look behind or look through the egg at the sunrod.
You could roll me heal or survival.
I am not good at either one of those. Let's see what happens.
Try to aid you in survival if you want to try that.
Oh
Nope.
yeah, they're the same either way, so that tracks.
You two stare at the egg, and Zero, and you're not even sure if it's an egg. It might just be some sort of decoration they took somewhere else.
Is this just a valuable rock? I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here on this other big rock. You guys let me know when we find stuff.
I'm gonna see if Al knows.
Those are snake eggs, as far as you can tell. You don't know if there's a living snake inside of there waiting to be birthed, or if it's dead or what, but it's a snake egg.
It's definitely no rock. It's definitely a snake egg. Don't know if it's still alive or not, though.
Well, if this was their nest, then it would make sense that they are eggs.
Is Siren climbing atop the skull?
Yeah, the big rock.
From me climb. You try to clamber up the skull that you think is a rock, but part of it breaks off in your hand and you fall on your back.
Now we'll just look over like, what? What are you doing?
The rock is slippery.
It's not slippery. You broke it.
I slipped.
She'll just look away like.
Just gonna start looking around this area for anything we might want to loot.
Looking over the scene, the two corpses are either belonging to that of past tradesmen or even adventurers, though their bodies have been picked clean, as you can see several fang marks across their bones. However, amongst what is remaining, you find that there are 2 vials, as well as a assortment of armor and weapons, and a pouch of money that has been torn apart. I would need 1 spellcraft for one of the things in this list, as the other vial is labeled. Alright.
Not quite.
Yay. Amongst everything that is here, you'll find an antidote, which is labeled, a vial from the snake cave, because you did not identify it. There is a chain shirt, a buckler, a light wooden quick draw shield, an ice coat, and a dwarven double war axe. And the money is all in gross, and it is 200 gross, which is essentially 2 gil, but it's in gross increments. If you need a link to any of those, just let me know.
All right. Unfortunately, medics are not proficient in shields, otherwise I would definitely use one of those.
What's the ice coat? What's that do?
It's a piece of armor.
The
medium
ice
blue.
coat is armor, mostly for cold areas.
Okay.
It's worth
It
hanging
is
on
medium.
to.
It's good for stealth checks in Arctic locations.
Any of us use medium armor anytime soon?
Nope.
Unfortunately not. So we could sell it for now.
So is anyone taking anything from that list?
As for
No.
the shield, just because it's a relatively unique thing, there it is. Since it is quick draw, if you have a BAB of 1, you can use a swift action to draw or put it away.
Cool.
And if
Alright.
nobody has taken anything, just go into the group loot, which I can see Jester is editing.
Just
Anybody
double checking
planning
if I can
to
take the shield. Because I know clerics are proficient with shields, but I'm just checking if it's worth it just yet.
It should be an armored mage for shields. I think it's like
Get that on 2nd level, I think, but
Just realized
Yeah.
it's 200 gross, not gil.
Mhm.
yeah, 2nd level I get light armor and light shields.
It is a 5% spell failure, if you care.
Yeah, but like next level it
But
won't
now.
be.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
So if we can hold on to that, I can take that over when even if we get the level up someday.
All right.
Someday.
Someday.
Edmund will just pick up the snakes and wait for everyone to be done in the cave. They seem to be having fun.
I've put everything away.
All right. Putting the gear away,
Yeah.
or just putting it into a sack to put onto the carriage.
Do we want to crush these snake eggs, even if we don't know if they are alive or not?
What snake eggs?
Al's
I
completely
do not
ignoring Zero.
think it is necessary. This is their domain after all. You
Indeed,
do not
we're
need to kill the entire population.
here to do a job. The job is done. The shoemaker probably needs to let more snakeskin in time.
And there's also a thing if they will even survive without their protectors.
Okay.
Yeah, unless we've got anything else we're going to do here. If you guys are done, I think we're just going to backtrack out.
And if Edwin is out of bolts, we do have some in the carriage.
Yeah, I'm going to restock from there, but I just didn't have any in my quiver. We've got 10 in the carriage, so I'll restock those. Should we report back to August and then go deal with the Naga?
Yeah, sounds good.
The day is still young.
Do we deal with the Naga or do we go to the Beastmaster?
I think we may need some additional experiences before we deal with the Beastmaster, but I'm welcome to going if you wish to go.
I think the Beastmaster is going to be a lot easier, and I feel like the Naga are going to be a lot harder. The reward for that is a lot higher.
Fine. Al, what do you think? Do you care?
What did you want to take?
Essentially, these two are saying we should go and deal with the Beastmaster now. Edwin sort of, I mean, not umming and ahhing about it, but he sees both sides. He doesn't really mind which one you do. What are your thoughts?
How's the thing? She doesn't really give two monkeys as to which way you do it.
Decided then. August. Money. Beastmaster.
Right then.
The party take a half-hour trip back to the Colourful Bard, as there is a folded up piece of parchment into a kind of triangle on the table that says, "On break, be right back." As we'll have our break here.
Alrighty.
And I shall be back. Jaster.
I have returned the sounds to you.
Alrighty. Returning to the Colourful Bards, are you just handing off the snakes to August?
I think Edwin had the snake, didn't he?
I did. I'll pass them to you.
To me? I pass him to Zenka.
Excuse
Oh.
me, Mr. August.
Did Drzenka say something?
No, I'll take the snakes, but ceremony is up to August.
I didn't hear what you said, Andrew.
Excuse me, Mr. August.
Welcome back. I'll take it you're all done with the snake business.
We are. We've got the snakes here. We could take them to the leather worker, or we can give them to you, whichever you prefer.
No, you can leave them with me. If you just let me take them into the back room, I can bring out your reward.
Certainly, here you go.
Thank you. This one's kind of in half, but I suppose it's fine. He coils up the snakes and brings them into a back room. He'll eventually come back holding a bag in both hands. You can hear it jingling as he places it onto the table. There you go. Everything should be in there.
Thank you kindly. And I believe we were ready to get started with the next mission.
Which one did you have in mind?
I believe we settled on the Beastmaster one.
Well, that should certainly be a easy, if not long, quest for you to be doing. I'm totally fine for you to be picking up that one if you want. She is in the city of Linares, so you don't have to go too far. I can give you directions to where she is. And if you're ready, you can just set off immediately, unless you're going to be off to buy some tools for it.
What kind of tools would be available to help us with that?
I mean, there's several things on offer, but... since you were dealing with the snakes, you're not ill from any of their poisons or anything, are you?
They were dead before they had the chance.
Alright then, it's just that we have some magi on standby at the far wall there, if you're ever needing their services. But on the topics of tools you could be buying up for that quest, there's always particular perfume kits you can get. There are specific ones you can get for beasts. As for creatures, you'd best be getting a veterinarian's kit. That normally helps with things that aren't humanoids. And since you are to be doing this outside in the daylight, there's always some sunglasses you can get, if not just for their, well, style.
Sounds good to me. Raven's just going to put his new backpack on and wait for the guys to be ready.
So I'll make a detour to get the necessary kits before heading for the Beastmaster.
Excellent plan.
I think I'd like to get one of each of those kits, the perfume and the veterinarian's kit.
I will need the veterinarian's kit.
You don't?
No, I will need it.
Okay.
I would suggest we pick up the climbing equipment while we're here before we lose track of what we actually came here for.
That's probably a good idea. I wonder if we can get them at the same place. Mr. August, where would we go to get this equipment and the climbing kits that we might need in the future?
Well, you can get all the kits, including the climbing gear, at the local travelers' lodge. If many of those things are going out and about on duties.
Can you point us to the nearest one?
That I can. He gives you directions.
Thank you very much, sir. And away we go.
Do we pay for the share 10 gross first?
Oh, yeah, forgot about that.
And everyone pays their own share.
For the quest, yes. I was just looking at some equipment, sorry.
Jester?
I broke a guild down before, so they might know.
Yes.
10 gross for the next quest
I shall
to
do.
pay. Okay.
Hand it over.
So how do we want to divvy this up? Who does what?
I'm happy to go get the climbing equipment. I have a list of
No, but for
options.
the Beastmaster.
Oh,
Everyone's
I will-
doing all of the checks.
Ah, all of them, okay.
Let's go.
Jester says let's go before buying the kits.
No, let's go buy the kits.
Okay, what kits are you buying?
Climbing kits.
Just the climbing gear?
no.
That's all I want.
Just doing the maths.
I mean,
so-
do I need it? Can I not just fly?
4 climbing kits, 1 perfume kit specifically for animals, and 1 veterinarian's kit.
Just, we don't have to get these now, but for the sake of climbing, it's probably worth us also picking up some sunglasses, possibly for, just for perception, because, you know, perception is always good. Those are all the things I know that are good for
Just know that
climbing.
these sunglasses don't work
Right.
indoors and they don't work at night.
It's fine. Maybe just 2 sets of that. Sorry, Jester, what was that?
No, I was just talking about sunglasses.
So how much does that cost in total? So for Foamy's kits are
Climbing kits.
40.
For climbing kits
Oh,
are
but-
50.
The climb kits are 80 each.
Oh, 80. Oh, okay.
So if we're doing, so climb kits are 320. Are we all getting the Foaming kits because we're all doing the same checks, or no?
I mean, if we have to do the checks, it's probably better to just get them. Then we have the bonus.
And how much money do we have to play with at the minute before I finish this?
Well, Perfume Kit has 10
Ah.
uses, so we could use
have
one kit
one.
for all of us.
Yeah.
We've got 900.
Just use 4 uses of it.
In the group loop.
Cool. And sunglasses are 50 gil each. Is
I don't
50.
think I won't take sunglasses.
Okay, I'll take 50 out. Do we want climbing picks as well, or are we not too asked about that right now? They basically give you a +1 to climb, and it stacks with the climber's kit.
How much are they each?
They are 20 each. They do
So
allow your hand to
essentially,
count.
just for climbing stuff, it's 100 gil each person. It's not that bad.
It's just
A climber's pick is Spheres of Might, which isn't in base game.
fair enough. Then we are not using that. We could get a crank heavy crossbow, which allows you to fire a rope up with a barbed grapple, and gives us a +2 to climb. It just says a +2 to bonus to climb. I don't know if that would stack.
It just says +2 bonus. It'd be a typed. What other bonus are you thinking of?
Climbers kits, which are equipment bonuses, right? Or circumstance.
There would be circumstance, so they would stack, yes.
Sweet. So if you guys have got, if you put 80, oh, it's 250 gil. We'll hold off on that. It's not that important right this second, I don't think. We need to save some money anyway.
I mean, the cranked
stuff.
crossbow is 400 gil.
What am I looking at? Am I looking at the light version? I am looking at the light version, yep.
You sent the link for the heavy version, so...
I know, I was looking at both. Alright, cool. So if we're just buying that, we're not buying anything extra, it is 560 for 3 sets of sunglasses, 1 perfumer's kit, and 4 climbing kits.
And the veterinarian kit?
I haven't added the veterinarian kit. You are right. Does anyone have that to hand? Or do you want me to find it?
There's a link for it.
I've linked it.
Oh, you got it. I'm going insane.
It's 25.
25, cool.
5, yeah.
So just plus 25.
Also
That's...
10 uses. So
Yeah.
we only need
Yeah.
one of those.
So it'd be 585 total off the party loot. If that's okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yep,
Sweet.
move on with that.
Yep, I'll take out the group lead.
Alright, let's go and help this lady. Lady? Man, they said she in the tablet,
Is
didn't
the,
they?
yes. It also says in the quest thing, which is here, it's her beasts.
Hmm.
It's...
Cool.
Alright, with the location found and the kits bought, can you write in the chat exactly what you bought again after that calculation?
Yep. How did... what? Sorry.
Did you not count something?
No. I think I still mistyped anyway, for veterinarian's kit. It
I
is.
understand what you mean.
Yeah, it's because it tried to spell change it to Samaritan's kit, and I don't know how it managed to pull that through.
Fair enough. Okay, so everyone is getting sunglasses except for Zeran, yes?
Correct.
As for the climbing gear, is that just being stored on the carriage?
Yes. No, we'll put it in the rooms for now, I think. Because they're more secure. Because we can't put them in the lockbox, can we? The lockbox isn't big enough.
How much do the climbers' kits weigh?
They're quite chunky.
They weigh 5 pounds. They could go into
Yep.
the lockbox if you wanted.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
So you say lockbox, it is like a big chest.
Okay, yeah, so it's a larger box. Yeah, if that's
Yeah.
alright, I think we put it in there where it's safe.
Alright. Who is going to be holding the perfumes kit, or are you just going to use the 4 uses and then put it away?
4 uses, then put it away, I think, was the move, because you said it's 10 uses, isn't it, Jozenka?
So what's being
Mhm.
left in the
Yeah.
lockbox, just so I can put it in the group lead thing?
The money for the seeds and the climber's kit so far.
We can probably assume our group money's in there as well.
Yeah, like stuff that we're not actively carrying,
Yeah.
which I don't think, I personally am not carrying pretty much any money on me.
Out.
I
Alright.
have pocket change.
As you head off to go aid with the Beastman stuff. You all met with Dorska, as she is a well clothed, you could say tribal orcish lady. At her back, there is a large sword that kind of cuts the ground if she moves too quickly, as it is way too long for what she would probably need it for. As you find yourself at the Beastmaster's hut. Though hut doesn't really give it a good description, it's a very large complex with several fenced-in areas for both animals and magical beasts. She has a wide grin on her face that you can see just past her tribal mask that only covers like the middle parts and goes around her eyes. She darts her gaze between all of you, sizing you up and seemingly making notes in her own head. As you explain that you are here to aid with the training as well as just upkeep of her creatures, she takes you over into one of the pens. Giving a brief description of her creatures, she basically asks that you do several tasks with them. From trying to converse with them in your tongues and bodily movements, to looking over them to see their general health, as she may have a personal bias as to how they are, to look upon what they do as she puts them through tricks, as well as you put them through tricks, as well as a general sparring match with them both solo and group. To that end, I'll need everyone to give me a handle animal check, please.
These should be +1 to everybody.
+1 from the kit.
Perfume kit, yeah.
Oh, is it +1? Cool, I'll take that.
It was +1, then -1 to mine.
Yeah, so mine is 17? Yeah.
Edwin's 17, yeah?
Yeah.
Ow, handle animal.
She is
Just to reiterate from last time, since you are untrained, the roll is essentially capped to 10.
Fair enough.
The kits just assure you get to that 10. What did you say about Jaster, Jack? Did he say he was BRB or what?
No, I just said ow, sometimes that's like an animal, so maybe they're good at it.
Ouch. It's a bit harsh.
Ow!
Ow. Obviously +2 to that.
Yeah, we're all at 10, because we can't get
10.
higher.
Mine's trained. Oh wait, no, hold on, never mind. Dang it.
Wait a second.
Never mind. I apologize, my bad.
Alright, during this, everyone with their perfume kits are able to approach all of the animals and beasts without too much issue, but aside from that, they seemingly either don't understand you, or you're just not too well at gauging their responses. However, Edwin, actually no, you're untrained as well. I didn't see the untrained. Everyone gets the same outcome. Alright, I'll need everyone to give me a heal check, please.
Oh, baby.
It's +3 with the kit.
Yes, specifically for animals, they are +3.
I can take 10 on any heal check, so I'm just going to do that. So we'll get a 23.
+3 is in there.
Sorry, no, it'll be 25 because of the kit. Oh shit, no, it's the veterinarian's kit. It'll be 26, yeah.
My +3 is not in there, so mine's 16.
Drazenka, did you say your +3 is in there or no?
It is in there.
And Al?
Yeah.
Oh, you did roll. Okay. Is your +3 in there or no?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I lied. I can take 10 on treat deadly wounds. This isn't that, is it?
It is not, no.
Okay, I will roll it, because I might fuck this up. Never mind.
That'd be
Yep, I did
22?
get lower, so... Does the perfume affect this? It doesn't, does it? So it'd
No.
be... Yeah, 22.
Alright. Drazenka and Owl aren't too well versed in the treatment of animals and magical beasts, but as far as you can tell, nothing's bleeding, so they must be fine. However, Ziren is much more adept at treating creatures, or at least making sure he can kill things or knock them out when he's fighting them. As you can see that most of these creatures are in tip-top shape, and no real issue for you personally. However, Edwin, who is quite the dedicated surgeon, or at least for people, with the similar anatomies here and there, you can tell that some of them are lacking some nutrients in some locations and have some mismatched muscle mass. You're able to give some suggestions to the Beastmaster for different training regimes, as well as changes to their diets. And I'll need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
I've not included the sunglasses as into the roll, I've just put it as a note.
Yeah, I have them in the note.
Yeah, mine would be +2 with them. Actually, no, I don't have them. Never mind.
You should do. You bought 3 pairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you buy 3? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have them.
Steven's the only one who said no.
Alright. And with your perceptive eyes, Ziren is really blinded by the light today. It's apparently very sunny, and he wishes he had those sunglasses as he squints for a lot of the time, unable to see a lot of what the creatures are doing. However, the rest of you are very close in your ability to distinguish movements between the creatures, and are able to find a few things where they could be improved, though generally the Beastmaster has done a good job. And then everything ends in a general sparring match, as I need everyone to make an attack roll. It can either be melee or ranged, of your choice, and if you do have any bonuses for your weapons, you can include those. So if you just want to do so, you make a weapon attack. The damage does not matter, it's just the attack roll. So if you have like power attack, don't use that.
Can we flank for this?
No.
Can I use a hero point for a +8?
You can certainly do so if you want to do that on something that isn't going to be killing you back.
For the story, damn it.
Yeah. I'm doing it. Still not as good as Al.
Is that 17 with a +8 or no?
He rolled 2.
Yeah, he's got a +15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got it in there.
And again, Drazenka just really doesn't want to hurt things. I swear you should have picked up the merciful traits.
I really wanted to use bludgeoning weapons with this guy for non-lethal, but there's nothing in medic that lets you do that, unfortunately.
Plus up.
You say this, but we're going to come across something and really get fucked up, and then it's going to be the classic of I'm not going to do anything, and you like double crit. See it coming.
Give me un momento as I do some maths.
Just to clarify, because we've used the veterinarian's kit on each of these rolls, I take it we've all used a use of it. Because it
Yeah,
has 10
it'll be down to
uses.
6.
Cool. I'll make sure I put that
For
in.
a few.
Cool. I'll keep track of that. I am proud of everyone though. No ones.
Don't say that now. We will get a 1 on the next fight.
We got ones in the last fight. It's fine.
Alright. With the final round of combat for the creatures, It seems like Drazenka was more focused on looking upon the animals rather than beating them to a pulp in a sparring match. Edwin, on the other hand, seeing where the creatures are weakened, maybe going for those to try and point out where they should be healed better. Ziran, wanting to continue his combat from the caves, goes for the weak points and shows the animals where to protect themselves from creatures with thinner weapons. And then Al just lets the beasts unleash and pounds the creatures to a pulp, though they know it is a training match and they're not exactly holding too much of a grudge for you. At the end of it all, I was about to say the Berserker, the Beastmaster is quite happy with the results, especially since many of you were able to give her a lot of good tips towards what she should be doing better. And there was definitely a point of bias here or there for particular points of the creatures that she's able to overcome now that she has second, third, fourth, and fifth opinions. As she hands out the gil to you all, she thanks you for a good 4 hours spent with her creatures. As Drazenka is rewarded 24 gil, Edwin gets 37 gil and 12 gross, Ziran gets 27 gil and 42 gross, and Al gets 34 gil and 85 gross, whereas everyone gets 100 experience.
Nice.
Good stuff. It did say in the quest that we might need to use MP. Did that not come up?
It does matter for Drazenka, yes. I'm just double checking the roll. Drazenka, you are down to 1 MP.
Alright.
If I hadn't used that hero point, I would be much lower, I'm sure. But if I was trained in handle animal, that would have been much better.
Does this mean it's a point for Owl because she beat you?
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
We weren't doing competition.
Yeah, but then there's a
Nobody's
number
getting
you
that.
can see, and she has the higher number.
That's true. I guess when we did the odd jobs around the town for Hattahwood, we
Yeah, the
counted
profession
that
check.
too. I guess.
And with the job for the Beastmaster done, you are 5 hours into your day. So you still have 3 hours to move about or do something else. Are you wanting to go after the Nagalings now, or are you too tired and resourced less that you don't want to go over there?
Well,
Can we go down
Sorry,
to
I have
Drazenka,
just to
'cause
go.
What's her? Is her MP actually down to 1? Probably want to rest some of that back.
I mean, I still have my other resources. My class abilities.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the majority of my resources, so I can keep going. So, Al votes to go. Up to you guys.
I got most of my other stuff. Then we got metals, so I can use that for mage armor.
I mean, the more we can do in the time that we've got, the better. So there's more time to travel upwards.
I'm fine going for the Nagos.
all right.
Yeah, me too.
That settles it.
All right. If you had any buffs active for the cave or for this Beastmaster stuff, turn them off. Mostly just be the perfume and whatnot. And if you are going for the Nagalings, you do have to actually find them as well. So everyone needs to pay the 10 gross for the quest. and then you need to decide how you wish to try and go about hunting through trails of the Nagalings. Since you are looking across the waterways, there are two options for you. You can either do individual perceptions as you try and look through differences in the waterways from above, or you can do a aiding session with one main person using survival for tracking.
Sorry, what was the first option, not the survival one?
The first option is doing individual perceptions from topside.
Okay. What is our best?
Survival, did you say? My perception and survival are both the same, so that's a bonus.
A died survival.
My wisdom is -2, and my perception and survival are the same. So, you know.
I guess we could
combat
aid me in survival. I mean, whatever.
What's your survival?
Yeah, what
I
is your
got-
survival?
Alright.
I got 3 perception and 6 survival.
That's 7 survival total.
If we can take
Eight on
time,
that then.
The best I can do is add scent into that.
could we pick up a Adventurous Chronicle for survival, or is that just knowledges?
The Adventurous Chronicles are only for knowledges. I can
Okay.
double check if there is one for survival.
It's the
Survival
same
kit.
Survival kit, yeah.
It might just be a survival kit. Yep, the survival is only covered by the survival kit. You can find there.
Is it worth us just picking that up? It's only 50 gil, and we're probably going to need to use survival at some point.
It does weigh 5 pounds, so it's up to Ao if she has the weight to be carrying all of that.
Yeah, I can carry it.
If you guys are right with that, I think it might be worth getting.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep, we'll put that on Al then. And should we do our assists first, and then you've got... Because with that, you'd have a +9, right?
Correct.
Cool. Fuck's sake.
Fuck.
That's an amazing
what?
aid right there.
Jeez.
Also an amazing aid.
What is going on?
If only there was another +2 for getting 10 above 10.
If only. I do wish Aiden had like ways of enhancing it.
Do I do I put a hero point in this thinking that I'm probably not going to be able to roll that high now?
Up to you. Story points,
Have
man.
+4 from them.
You got +4 from aid and +2 from the kit.
Does scent add anything into any of this?
No, scent is only for yourself.
So I'm getting, is it +2 from both of you or +4 in total from you guys?
+4 total. I believe.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
Bumps
eight
me
Eight
up
another
to
for eight.
13
for each person, that
total,
goes to 10.
so... You know what? I'll just roll it and see what happens. I'll take that. That's with their +4 in.
Okay then. You know, well, as a player, you would know that it's a D4 hours. As your character, as your companions help you survival across the waterways, looking for signs of dust movement or scales here and there, you're able to very easily pick up the trail of the Nagalings, and it only takes you 1 hour to get to the point where you think you're very close. Climbing the scaffolding, ropes, and ladders, you make your way down into the waterway. Creaking wood is underfoot, as you can hear the bobbing of buoys and scrap debris in the waters below. They aren't incredibly fast, although you know if you were to fall in, it would be just a bit of a swim check to make sure you don't get carried by the current or just be able to swim in general. Large pillars are spiked down into the water below and possibly into the earth even further, as they hold up several sections of the platforms ahead, as Lunaris is now above you. As well as the pillars, there are several walls set up as kind of barriers for both people falling in and additional supports as they go from the wooden platform beneath it and to the top, creating a almost interior, if not for the sections where there are no walls, that you can look over into other sections of walled areas, the pillars, as well as the water below. There are several torches set up, though you can tell that these are magical in design, as there is no smell or heat coming off of them.
When we get to this point, I will take a metal VX.
Alright.
Same.
This isn't advantageous.
Well, we know they are close.
Now, do you have any idea which direction their tracks lead? Do they go into the water?
Do I have any direction of where their tracks lead?
It is towards the north.
It is towards the north.
They are across the scaffolding, so they are not in the water as far as you can tell from here.
Just we have a rear guard.
What were we saying?
Oh, Edwin was just saying I suggest we keep an eye out behind us.
Oh, I should definitely not be the one keeping an eye out.
The one without the sunglasses. Al, as you come through here, you can hear the creaking of the wood get louder as a part of the wall shines brightly with purple runes as sparks of lightning come out of it and towards you. What is your flat-foot touch?
Nah. 10.
Alright, give me a reflex save, please.
Nice.
Good
As
shit.
the sparks of lightning come out towards you, they bash into your body, but you have the forethought of trying not to be grounded if that ever matters, as you flutter your wings to get just a bit of air, and the electricity leaves you in time, though it does scar you quite heavily, as everyone can see smoke coming off of Al's body as you take 7 lightning damage.
Do you not have any lightning resistance?
Not in my normal form. In my dragon form, yes.
Got you.
Does DR help against elemental damage or not?
No.
No. Okay.
Seeing that, Edwin will run over and apply triage.
That's perfect.
It's
Exactly.
meant to be.
Start wincing in pain, immediately feels better.
Yep. Just
Thank
straight in there. Not an issue. I've taken nothing out, it's just not updated. There we go.
Though, aren't you meant to ask me before touching me?
Do you wish me to take the healing back?
You can, you've already applied it. But I'm only joking, so don't worry. Guess we need to be a little bit more careful up ahead. Well, I guess I need to be a little bit more careful.
Does this seem like a trap that the Nagas have left? Like, is there any runes left in the side of this thing?
Roll me perception.
I'm gonna look as well. That's not perception, that's experience.
That's what we want, though. We need that.
Yes.
Josenka just picks up the experience orbs as everyone looks at the wall.
Obviously +2 to mine because of the sunglasses.
Alright, looking across the wall, the runes have mostly faded, but you can see where someone has painted them on, either with blood or some other form of liquid. Whilst most of it is rushily made, it did definitely have quite the kick. And as far as you can tell, the runes are in a language, I don't think anyone knows. Edwin. Edwin, you can roll linguistics.
Okay. They'd have a lot of languages.
Gotta learn all those medicinal books, all the different languages.
Mhm.
All right, Edwin, as you look over what rooms you can see, you can definitely tell that it's written in Undercommon, and they definitely relate to how Nagas write. And you're pretty sure this was a trap set by a Naga of some kind.
I will relay this to the party and say, looks like they know we're coming, or someone is. Be on your guard.
Well, they were being hunted, and we are the second group to come down here.
Indeed. I don't think
Remind me
Makes sense.
how long rounds last. Are they 3 seconds? Or
One
6
round
seconds?
is 6 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, Drazenka, you were saying?
No, it's just saying it makes sense for them to be guarded.
I didn't expect them to have traps, though. Let's keep going.
No, I'd like to put my dragon form out to avoid these lightning traps, but I don't think I'll be able to maintain it.
It is
meant to
darkness to the left and
yeah.
right.
Yeah, if you come up to this T-junction, on your right there is a wall, so of course it is darkness, and off to the left there is more of the walkway, though it is mostly walled off, continuing on to a distance that you can't normally see.
But could we go this way? Sorry, like could
You
something
could
be
go
over here?
this way, yes, it's just completely dark.
I'm gonna crack a sunrod.
And is it on you?
Yes, it'll be on me.
Alright, give me un momento.
Take one down.
There you go. You can now
Cool.
see down the corridor. And at which point, Edwin, you can either roll survival or perception, up to you.
I'm gonna go perception because my survival's dog shit.
Alright, you don't notice anything.
All right.
Drazenka, you have dark vision, don't you?
Yep.
You can roll perception or survival.
To survival.
Nice.
Alright, whilst it is more monochromatic, you can see that there are dispersions in the dust, as well as just discoloration of the woods, at which point you can tell that there are Sabaton footprints going to and fro this corridor, which would believe you that I will sneeze.
No, I was
That'll
gonna
lead
say,
you to
did notice
believe.
you muted yourself.
Yeah, I did, because I was about to sneeze. You know that would be a normal place for where guards go to and from, but you don't see any guards currently.
Another reason for the Naga to be guarded, I suppose. Seems like this is an area where it is usually patrolled. Guess is there a way to check like how old do the footprints seem?
With a 21, you'd say they'd be probably a day or two old.
Day or two, right? And we know the previous mission was like 3 days ago, or the previous group that came down here.
Yes, 3 days.
But we never asked like how long this has been a problem, unless he told us.
He didn't say these Nagalings in particular because they have been attacked every so often by skirmishers. These could have come when any of them attacked, so it'd be hard to tell.
Yeah.
I can indeed move Sonrod and Man behind you. You'll know that the walls kind of break apart towards the west, allowing you to look into the waters. And towards the north, it's not too well barriered up, so you can see around the wall. But towards the east, it is barriered on both the north and south. Al, you would know that the tracks lead towards the east.
Can I see straight east, or is it like they're curving around?
They're east, but you have to
Ah.
get closer to them to actually see. And you crashed.
Nah, don't know why.
Hold tabbed.
No, just like back. Or open a new tab,
Oh.
sorry.
And as you move forwards, some more runes appear on the northern wall as dark scythes make their way out and cut into Owl, as I need you to make me a fortitude save, please. You are able to resist any effects that they would have prolonged upon you. However, they do cut deeply as your blood paints the wood reds as you take 7 shadow damage.
Oh, I feel better. Is that a laugh? Hero point?
No.
Damn.
You see Edwin runs over as soon as it happens, and then like midway through the procedure, he's like, "Am I allowed to do this?"
And she's just wincing in pain, like, yes, just do it.
And then just finishes off the triage.
She'll probably just grapple him. The first time was a joke. Just do it whenever I'm in pain.
I understand. You can see he's just like, it just doesn't make sense to him, so he's just trying to work it out. So, yeah, okay.
Except just to roll.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably just being like over dramatic with her pain, even though it doesn't hurt anymore. Because she thought it should have lasted a lot longer than what it actually did.
See Edwin reach into his bag and pull out a bone saw.
Whoa, hold on a minute. No limbs need to be chopped off now.
As you come up to this T-junction, Owl, you can tell that the markings have been messed with as if they're trying to cover their tracks, so you do not know where they are from here.
I reckon they're probably nearby. Why did I go really deep there? I reckon they're probably nearby.
It's the dragon coming
The
out.
shadow damage just aged you.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's keep an eye out.
Can't see. Too dark.
Just move up to
The
here.
southern direction is dark, as you'll see that there is one of those sconces tied to the column. However, the fire is not there.
Before we go any further, I will point out there looks like something down there, but I don't know what it is from here.
Okay. I'm gonna run the risk of it. Owl is gonna transform into her dragon form and use her full movement to go right down.
As you transform into a dragon, we'll go into initiative.
Oh man!
Nice! At least I managed to get into dragon form before the initiative.
What was that intro?
I was about to do something. I was just waiting for Owl to finish talking.
No. Sorry.
I was gonna drink a couple of potions.
Can I give Zero my initiative for drinking potions?
No.
Oh.
Zirin, you can drink 1 potion.
Okay. I will take the pirate's drink.
Nice. Is that the charisma one? Yeah.
So sorry, do I still get my movement or no?
No. Once you transformed, they could hear and they don't want anything else from you
No.
to.
There's 2, weren't there?
Are these the same things we fought on the bridge before?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's 2 of them.
Yeah. Just wondering if they had any weaknesses. Ice! That's not fair. Why can't it be ice and lightning?
All right.
Icing.
To start would be Edwin.
It's kind of hard to explain. I just saw Owl transform. Is it just like a sense of danger? Because I can't see anything at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, she just basically, after you pointed out what you did, she felt a sense of danger and she was going to rush forward.
Cool. That thing that I'm pointing out down there, does that have any correlation to anything? Or
From what you can see, there are legs and blood.
okay, so there's a body down there. Oh god, I got a good initiative, but I don't know what to fucking do with it. I haven't got a lot at this level. I will
Time agent, swap
Reload your
initiatives with the
crossbow with the reload your crossbow with the sun rod and fire it down there.
enemy.
Can I do that?
That sounds great.
No, there's an equipment
How-
trick for that.
How big is the sun rod?
It's so I think it's like a foot. It's not small. There is an equipment trick for that though, where you can chuck it down places as a flare.
I would say no. You would have to throw it. For how high you roll in your attack, that'll be how high you can get. Because you can only throw up to 5 increments.
Yep.
So you would need to get 5 for in front of you, and then up to 50, you'd be taking a -2 for each 10.
Okay. In that case, I'll step back to here and prepare a shot for the first Naga that comes out.
Alright.
I don't have cool shit yet. I just do reactive healing.
Okay. Zirin.
Well, I can neither see or hear anything, so I will quaff. I will you move action to grab the other potion that I was going to grab, and standard action to drink it.
Alright.
And that's going to be the iron, whatever.
Iron draft.
Yeah.
Iron draft.
Drazenka.
Also gonna do the same. Move my standard to drink out iron draft. 5-foot step next to Dragonau.
Dragonau. I love it.
Dragonau. Yeah, that's it.
Ow. Jester.
She is. I'm just gonna mosey on down, I think. Hang on, let me check. What's my movement as dragon? I think I have better movement, do I? No, I got 60-foot fly speed.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll just start flying, I guess, and go 60. Well, actually, I probably don't even need to go. I can go 40 foot. She'll go down here. I can't see anything. I just remembered.
Oh,
As
I'll
you
come
come
back.
Dragon not
down
have
to-
dark vision?
What
Yeah,
is
do
it?
the dragons not have dark vision?
Oh wait, I do. I have dark vision 60 foot. Thank you.
I can give you that now.
So I think dragons have good vision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most of them
however-
do.
No,
As
there
you
they
come to here with your newly acquired dark vision, a spark of lightning and a dash of darkness will come at Al from the side.
are. Lightning, you say?
This is going to hit you, that's fine. I need you to give me a reflex and a fortitude, please.
Is the reflex for the lightning? Because
Yes.
Well, how much damage is it doing? I have 30 lightning resist.
30?
Yep.
What? You are level 1? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Seems
Genuinely.
way too high for a level 1.
That's
It
insane.
genuinely is.
You have
It's
5
like-
attacks.
Certain number of rounds per day.
I guess. But 5 attacks and fucking 30 resistance is wild. Yeah, you're right.
Alright. In that case, you don't matter about that. Just need a fortitude.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got your con bonus and everything in there. God damn.
Roll rubbish though.
Alright, you will be blasted with 6 shadow. As the Nagalings will speak amongst themselves, and you do not understand what they say.
Can I hear them?
No.
Alright.
To which I just need to check something.
This is the standard if you want to use that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, to which I am going to breath weapon that one.
I only say that because I just want to see the breath weapon, that's all.
not the greatest, but it'll do for now.
Which one are you both have to bring?
Damage.
It won't let me get my out. There we go. That one.
All right.
It's pretty cool though.
Reflex right. Yeah, it is. Fair play.
You send out a bolt of lightning from your breath as it sparks into that Nargling. They try to dodge, but their back is literally against a wall as they are sparked up.
That DC is not right.
It should be at least 11.
10 plus half level plus
It doesn't have
your...
my Constitution modifier in it.
No,
That's
but it would always... It'd be 1 minimum, surely.
But you failed regardless. Do you only have one breath a day, or is it round of recharge?
There we go. Just one a day. So that's
Alright.
it.
Edwin.
Still 8 damage. Seeing Al do that, I will use the triage full round to essentially double my movement speed to get to here. Use triage. But that is me completely done. Down to 5 of those. I have no swifts.
You can't speak in dragon form.
Rawr.
Yes, I know.
Where does it say I can't speak in dragon form? Damn it.
It needs to say in dragon form that you can still speak. Any transformation doesn't allow you to speak normally. It only speaks that creature's thing. And for dragons, most likely draconic.
As a
Doesn't
swift,
Edwin
can I
understand
just...
draconic?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
I will... as a swift, can I point out there over here to the rest of the party?
You can do it as a free action.
Sweet, I will do that.
Ziren.
He's gonna move on up. Oh, I have to go 30. Okay. And then I will go right up to them with another move. And that'll be it.
Alright. Trzynka.
Moving on down with the others. Yeah, I'm also gonna double move to get here.
Alright.
Nice.
We'll go to the Narglings, who will speak amongst themselves in Undercommon. Edwin, you can hear them say,
Go for the one with the syringes.
Right.
this fella is making his way downtown to here. Is that the same one? Yes, they are. As they will defensively cast.
No, not yet. I haven't read it.
And succeed. Edwin, give me a reflex save, please.
I'm supposed to be good at those.
Again, this isn't really how it works because it's magic, but you do a hop as you are sparked with lightning and are able to make sure it doesn't stay on you as you take 6 lightning damage.
Okay.
This other one is going to cast where it is defensively. I rolled the same for both of their concentrations, as he will also shoot out a dash of darkness at Edwin. I'm doing it completely wrong because I keep forgetting. Drzenka, the southern one provokes because it's a ranged attack.
Alright, I don't they both provoke because I'm gonna take the second one. Did
So you
Edwin
can-
actually tell us that they're going for him?
No.
Cool. Then I would have taken the first one, yeah.
Okay.
And there it is.
You bring up your longsword in the hopes that you could stop whatever spell this thing was casting. However, as you slash towards it, your blade is stopped a mere inch before, as you can see a dash of azure block your blow. And it is AC related if you want mechanics.
So I'm gonna be useless. That's cool.
The northern one is also casting, which will provoke from Zirin and Drazenka, but Drazenka's already used hers.
I used mine.
Nice.
And Jiren is able to get a good stab on the northern Naga, as they will need to make a concentration again. They are fine. A dash of darkness comes way of Edwin. Edwin, I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
This, I thought I had good touch. Obviously not.
You're able to save against whatever effects it would inflict upon you if you were to wake up afterwards, as the shadow damage courses through your chest and you're pushed to the floor as you take 7 shadow damage.
Okay.
This Nagaling's then going to 5 step down to here.
Edwin, no.
Ow.
Yeah.
Is what
ow.
Edwin would say.
Poor Edwin. I'll probably shout out to Jazenka and say Edwin needs help. She'll charge
In
down.
Draconic.
I can't understand you.
I can't. Yeah, that's a good. She'll just do it anyway because she's an idiot.
I mean, I can guess because I can see what just
Sorry,
happened.
Shredder. Try and just chomp off this thing's head.
You may try. You leap out with a bite, but you can feel resistance around it. You won't be able to see it because you're biting it, as you're unable to pierce. Edwin, Constitution check, please. You will bleed out for 1 hit point. What is Edwin's Constitution score?
12.
Alright, so you have until -12. Zirin.
It's time.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to do what I'm good at. I'm gonna go ahead and 5-foot step up here. And I'm gonna attack the one that I attacked before with precise strike.
Mm-hmm. You lunge forward with your rapier. However, you can see just the tiniest spark of blue as you're unable to pierce through its magical armor.
Yeah, okay.
Drazenka.
There's not a whole lot I can do for Edwin while these guys are still up. And I can't 5-foot step between them, can I?
No.
Yeah.
You would need to be able to tumble through them to do that.
Yeah, I'm not that dexterous. I am not the kind of cleric that heals very well of balls. Gonna do what I do best and deal with these guys first, which is not my best, but hey, I'm trying.
They're weak to ice.
I like
You
the
can do
confidence.
it. I believe.
Are you going for the west or
sweet.
south?
I'm gonna go for the guy south.
Alright.
Gonna swift action cast Saber. For the tiny little bit of boost. And then standard action try for Shatter Strike.
Does Shadow Strike have any sort of uses per day or any changes?
It is. It's a glacial power. I have 6 of those per day.
Okay.
Where's the Shadow Strike? There you are. Oh fuck. Let me use a hero point to reroll that attack.
Alright.
So glad I did, maybe.
Nice.
Sadly, this is when Edwin is unconscious. But as Druzenka brings down her blade on the 7-1, wanting to bring down the fellas who brought down her friend, everyone can see around Druzenka's hands a very faint and ghost-like blue hand grab onto hers and guide her below as she slashes deeply through the magical armor of the Southern Nargling.
Spicy ice damage as well. And stunned. Oof.
Well, it's 5 because it's from the first one, but yeah, the
Oh my god!
stunned, maybe?
Yeah.
Do they not have their bonus? They do not have their bonus. That'll be why. Give me 1 sec. Just let me sort this. But regardless, I rolled a 2. As this thing is coated in ice and is stunned.
Nice. That's like 9 ice damage as well, plus the no,
Yeah,
sorry.
with the weight.
It's half, so
Yeah.
it'll be 7. Like half extra. Alright, start it from Druzenka.
Yep, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Still 11
Okay.
damage.
Stunned, he doesn't have anything to drop, takes minus 2 AC, and just can't do anything, so that fella can't do anything. The one to the left realizes the danger that the one who seemingly has a ghost helping her is going to risk it for all of the biscuits, as he will concentration for the first part. And he will fail to concentrate on his cast and lose his spell. In that case, as for actions... they are going to attempt acrobatics. What is Druzenka and Ziren's CMDs?
21.
12.
Alright, it is +2 because there are 2 of you, so this even works for Druzenka, but I think it works regardless because they failed against one of them. They are attempting to move, so both of you have attack opportunities if you wish to take them. They are serpents, so they are immune to tripping.
Ugh.
You try to slash into this Nargling. However, Druzenka's rebounds off of the magical armor, and Ziren just completely attacks too high as the thing slithers across the floor.
Where did it
As it goes to there. Ow.
Oh, no, you don't. She'll go and charge that one. The other one's
Mhm.
Fuck, man.
You charge out for a bite, but the Nargling does a wave of its body and you attack underneath it. Edwin, Constitution check, please.
Natural 20. That's
You will
not
bleed
bad.
out 1 point. Ziren.
I'm gonna 5-foot step. And I'm gonna try to attack it. Oh my god.
You follow after this thing, but its erratic movement is hard to pin down as you stab into the wood below.
I'm actually gonna re-roll that with my last hero point.
Alright.
Much better.
Does Zirin follow any deities?
Is there a deity of time? Is that Zamala?
Zamala.
Yeah,
Zamala,
that's
yeah.
Zamala.
Okay. Other than the dragon being revered, not necessarily as a deity, but just revered, Zamala is the only other one that I follow.
Alright, as Zirin moves in to attack this, he can see this thing wiggling too harshly as he prays for anything to really be helping him, as he can feel a slight shudder of the wood below as the water ripples, meaning your hand moves to the right instead of the left as you pierce into this thing's tail end. As it goes to Zenka, the Nargaling is no longer stunned.
Just gonna try to again pin the one that I already attacked. Hopefully those guys can get the other one. Yep, another Shatter Strike.
Alright.
Fuck's sake. I'm out of hero points, so that's it.
You swing around, but this Nargaling really does not like its position and just tries to spin around, and thankfully it works for it.
Could I give one of my hero points to Drazenka, even though I'm dead?
Yes.
Alright, I'm out of hero points, reroll that shit.
It's worse.
Fuck.
Oh.
Fuck.
Alright. Nargaling down below is going to 5 a step down to here, and is going to cast a spell. I could just press my macro, that's fine. I can press my macro, I say. There we go. A orb of shadows forms within its body as it shoots at Drazenka. Drazenka, give me a fortitude save, please. The Orb of Shadows burns into your chest as you take 5 shadow damage, but you're able to will off any further effects. Well, stave off, not will. One up top is going to attempt acrobatics again. Zero was 21, yeah? Ow, what is your CMD? I'll double check if it is just everyone gets an attack if they fail. Pretty sure it's a yes.
Who's that on?
Ow, what is your CMD?
My CMD is 16. Did you get that? You did.
Yeah, I heard 16. It doesn't really say if it's everyone gets an attack or if it's just people I fail against.
What are the people they fail against, right? Because they're high enough to avoid some people, but not everyone. I'm not trying to die, but that would be the fairest thing.
Well, run check. really needs more text. Okay, I'll just say it's for anyone who they fail to get above, can I get an attack? Ziren, you get an attack opportunity from this Nargling.
What? I didn't do it? Damn.
No, you would only have an 18 with a +2.
Damn.
What were you saying there, Entro?
Just once again, how low I roll on attack rolls.
The Nargling slithers its way upwards, and then it's going to move again towards the Phantom Owl.
I disperse
Ow.
the Dragon form, and that form comes back and I attack.
If only, but you're not the one who follows the time person.
Well, I'm not going to let it escape after what they did to Edwin, so she's going to fly on after it. And she's actually going to probably take the attack of opportunity and go right around behind it.
It shall take it as it attempts to bite you, but similarly to you biting it, it cannot pierce the scales.
And she will bite it back. Fuck's sake.
And just as I say, Edwin, Constitution check. You will lose another hit point. Ziren.
5-foot step, move action, grab a cure potion, and standard action to shove it into Edwin's mouth.
All right. You gonna roll for the healing?
I can't.
D6 plus 1.
I was gonna let him do it, but I can do it.
I mean, you're the one using it. All right.
Is that a
Edwin,
standard to pull a potion?
it's a move to take out standard to use,
Nice. Good shit.
unless you're a chemist.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Drazenka.
You still are unconscious, I believe, but at least you're no
Stabilized.
longer bleeding out.
Stabilized, yeah. Do I prioritize in hurting these guys or helping us?
No, you need to prioritize healing yourself. I feel like if you take another hit, you might not survive. I mean,
Yeah, probably.
rawr.
Just for clarification of rules for channel, you still need line of effects. So if you were to move behind this column, it would not heal the Naga up top. But it depends on how close you be to that. You'll be outside of that.
I'm
30 foot.
doing limit break.
All right.
Always a good start.
It's a little bit more, I think. It should be.
Oh, you're talking about
And
the
it's
healing
only...
one.
I'm gonna... Drazenka's gonna grasp the holy symbol, the crystalline snowflake on her neck, and just ask for Shiva's guidance again and go for Shiva's heart. Oh, it's too far away, but I'm not moving away from Edwin, so it's basically just me and Edwin.
Ow, doesn't need it.
You looked alright. So we both heal for 7. We get... Well, including Zeren, we have immunity to the ice for 1 round.
Nice.
And... Gonna 5-foot step here.
All right. This Nagaling
Edwin just wakes up and it's covered in snow.
is going to whip out with its fangs at Drazenka. Drazenka, you're going to take heavy puncture wounds as this thing digs deep. As you take 7 damage. And need to make a fortitude save, please. You save against any poisons that would drip from its fangs. However, it pulls you in and rips itself around you as you are grappled.
Fun.
The Nargling up top is going to attack Owl with its own bite and fail to pierce her scales.
This is a really bad biting fight.
Is then go to 5 steps to here. Ow.
Right, enough of the bites. It's time to add some claws and some wings into this.
No, just bites. Keep it honourable.
The bites still fucking miss.
The bite fails to pierce. However, your first claw is piercing very heavily and crushing through its scales, pulling Viscera to the floor. As that will go down with that first crit claw.
Right. 5 foot back down.
Edwin, you're covered in snow.
Edwin will realise he's covered in snow. Swift action triage myself. That'll do. Get up as a move action. And then seeing the state Drazenka's in, he will triage his ass over here. Standard.
What square is Drazenka in?
Inside the Nargling square.
Okay.
That one there. Technically, I could go to here, which I'm going to do.
What distance is the standard triage?
Standard triage is 30 feet, so your normal movement speed. And I went down here, so 20 feet.
Alright, and you can use 2 uses of triage a turn, yeah?
I will double check that, because to be fair, you are right. I don't know if there's a limit on the amount of times you can use it in a turn. Not that I can see. No, there's just a limit of uses per day that I can see.
Alright.
Yeah.
You move up, jab Drazenka as she's healed within the grasp of the Nargling. And it'll go to Ziran.
I will just say thank you to Drazenka as I sort of slide in and, I don't know, shove a needle into her neck that regenerates the wounds.
Is
I'll
Edwin
come back.
Is Edwin carrying a weapon currently?
I would have had my rapier, but I did go unconscious. Did I need to pick that back up?
It's too annoying to keep track of things. I'll just say you stand up with the weapon.
Cool, then I have. Yeah, that was the intention, but you are right. Yeah, I've got the rapier out.
Alright, I will move to this spot here, and I can't be bothered to add +2 in, so...
Well, you can't be bothered, so I have to be bothered. I see.
18 to hit.
We know that's not going
It's
to hit.
grappled.
But it is grappled, so that's
it has
pretty
lower
bad.
AC.
Ah.
As you move over to this thing that has a tight grip upon Drazenka after healing technically you, even though you didn't get the health for it, you move up to the side, and with Edwin trying to keep this thing's attention, you stab into its back as Drazenka probably feels like a nudge in her side as the rapier just stops short of you. And the Nargling will wriggle and writhe as it falls to the floor, with Drazenka barely landing on her own feet.
Do a little flourish, get rid of that blood.
I will drop her dragon form. It is now very tired, as that's the longest she's used it.
Copyright, can't say anymore. That was our allotted 10 seconds.
You would have only gotten to like the third burr, and that's it. That would have been copyrighted.
No, I think it's 10 seconds that you get of.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's like a specific time frame that you get of copyright music before you have to pay for it.
I think it's 15 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah, either way, it's 10 or 15.
With the Nagalings dead and dusted, as it were, most of the party is covered in their own blood. I don't know if I actually got hit, but Drazenka and Edwin, definitely worse for wear. Edwin possibly haggard, as his own clothing is a lot weightier. And now that you have the light and the closer vision, you can see that there is a pile of bodies of both Humes and a canine piled off to the wall on the east.
Let's for good measure stab this one to make sure it's actually dead and then try to find the fish scale.
As you stab that Nagaling, it does wiggle yet again in your blade as it now goes stiff.
The one up top, is that all taken care of, Al?
You see Al slowly step backwards. And she'll just go and chomp her axe on the top of it.
As you chomp your axe into, I don't know how you, I mean, you don't have a three-pronged axe, but whatever. The Nagaling's body will, again, writhe as it was still alive, but now it's definitely dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Did you get the scale from it?
She will take a few steps back,
Edwin,
get some scales and come back. Yeah, I got some scales.
One scale. It's the fish scale that you need to hand in.
She'll like
Well
kind of
done.
whisper to Drazenka. Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, I believe that is it for these things.
Yeah, good.
Edwin, is there any hope for any of these people? Or creatures?
As Jackby returned. He said 2 seconds, but...
Al will
I've
probably
oh,
go
no,
up-
here he is.
Al will probably go up to them and start just lightly kicking them. Nope, now moving.
Don't do that. Edmund will walk over. Leave them be.
Why? I've only seen if they're alive. Jeez.
These people deserve
Yeah.
burials.
And there are better ways to do that. Kinder ways.
Are you searching them for all their worth or leaving them with what they have?
Actually, the main priority for Edwin would genuinely be getting them out of here rather than searching them first. I don't know what you guys want to do.
And how are you planning to carry them?
I'll drag them if I have to.
Can I borrow the light? I'm just gonna go check what's over here.
I'll pass the sun rod to Zero and some sort of just
How
looking
dare
it out.
you give me more work?
For
Fine.
the sake of argument, I can just put the token over there if you want.
No, I've given it to him. I'm taking it away from Edwin.
Alright.
Just make a iron torch thingy.
Pretty sure I do have an iron torch in the torches thing. I do not. It's 30-30, but whatever.
If we haven't technically leveled yet, have we?
No.
No, that's fine.
Drazenka will help carry the bodies.
Zero.
Think it out. One day, you're going to be the ground as well. We all will be. Would you want someone kicking you?
Yasta?
What was that? A needing help of carrying?
No. Edwin just said that one day you're going to be at the ground too. And that would you want someone to kick you?
I'll be dead. Won't matter.
You don't like people looking down on you, do you?
I mean, it's kind of hard for my height, but no, I don't like it.
Don't look down on them then. They're smaller than you now.
I wasn't looking down on them. I was just seeing that they're alive, just with my foot.
Edwin's just going to try and, as best he can, start dragging them out.
You want a hand?
Do as you wish.
She'll try and, like, fireman carry one of the bodies over her shoulders. Even though these bodies are probably bigger than her.
They are. Except for the dog.
Fuck's sake, ow. What's wrong with you?
It's certainly going to be a difficult trip as you have to go up ladders to go to the actual city itself. But the party can spend a good amount of time trying to take a 10, just bringing these back up topside.
Mm-hmm.
Is the party leaving?
Yeah, I guess so.
Notice
Done
anything down
what we
there.
can here.
Was there anything that we needed to do? Like, there was those sabatons over that away. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, but
He was-
that was just guard footprints, wasn't it, Drazenka?
Yeah, that was at least what Drasenka noticed and kind of assessed that that's probably like a guard route or something. That's just being cut off for a day or so.
And then we've gathered the fish scales from the Nagas, so we just need to go get them back.
Right. If that's the case, then yeah, I'm happy to go out. Edwin will check these people to see if they had any religious symbols on them.
There is nothing religious. However, you all know that one of them is wearing parade armor in design of the Crimson Sleeps.
Okay, if that's the case, we'll get the bodies. This is in the city, isn't it? Still, the Nagalings.
You're underneath the city, yes.
Yeah. So if we can get them to a representative of the Crimson Sleeps, be that, I don't think August is one. I think he said that. I think he's something else, but I don't know what he is.
August just handles all of the guild affairs in Lunaris, and Lunaris is just mainly a Crimson Sleeps area, but there are other guilds here as well.
Cool.
Or
Can we
guildies.
put the bodies on the back of the car, put like a shroud over them, and then go and speak to the Sleeps at some point? That's just a side thing, though, if you guys want to do something in the meantime.
Okay, like when we turn into mission, we can have August get the correct person to deal with this.
Yeah, I'm just saying if we bring the bodies to him, someone can offload them and do what they need to do with them.
Yeah.
You also wouldn't have the carriage anywhere nearby, the carriage would be in the stables, because you wouldn't have travelled via Chocobo to get here.
Oh, right,
Because
yeah.
we're still in the city, yeah.
You're still
Fair
in the
enough.
city, you're just underneath the city.
Yeah, in that case, we'll just carry them all. Yeah, probably carry them back to somewhere we can store them respectively, if possible.
Wait around here for someone else to get the Augustin or something. So we
Yeah,
don't carry a bunch of bodies through the city.
Yeah, Edwin will.
That's us.
Edwin's not going to be here. He'll probably be outside.
Edwin stays outside with the bodies probably covered up.
Drasenka's gonna stay out with Edwin.
As Siren and Al return to August.
Hello, Mr. August.
Welcome back, Siren. How was your trip down the waterways?
It was okay. A little sad though. We found some people down there. They were already gone when we got there.
Can't say I wasn't expecting it with how long they've been gone. But I suppose this is not the worst outcome if you were able to find their remains. The Naga didn't do anything to them, did they?
I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to ask Edwin about that. They were wearing Crimson Sleeps iconography on them. So
Those are most likely the adventures we sent a few days ago, then. I remember that at least one of them was rather outwardly showing their good alliance. I'll make sure to mark down in the ledger.
they're outside. If we can have somebody take a look at them and get their effects to their next of kin or whatever. But we did complete the job. How do you have the fish scales? Chester!
Sorry, I was talking to my nephew. What's up?
Kick him out of the room.
Do you have the fish
Oh, they
scale?
just got back.
Just kick
Go on.
him fully. Go.
Sparta. Does Al have the scales?
Yeah. Well, she's got one of them. I think Jazinka had the other.
I
I
mean,
want to give you both of them.
like knowing that you would go in, I would have given the other one to you as well.
I'll hand them over.
These are certainly fish scales. Thank you for handing these over. I'll get your reward, but I most likely need to make down some notes of what you want. If you do have the bodies outside, I can send one of our priests over to deal with that. It'll be up to you, since you are the ones who found their bodies, what you want to keep for yourselves and what you want to hand off to their next of kin. But they don't really have anything noted. Would most likely just be their parents, if anything. I'm not sure if they'd be wanting arms and armor.
I did have a quick question. Is it possible to trade one of those scrolls for 2 cantrip scrolls?
We don't normally have that sort of trade set up. We have this kind of stuff like in stock to hand over, and it's down to whoever puts up the quest.
All right. Well, we can make it. We can write it down as an option at the very least.
Is there any particular reason you'd want cantrip scrolls?
One way or the other, I was going to get magical hygiene and ask Dratsenka to learn it.
Can't learn cantrips and
Yeah, I don't
scrolls.
think you can learn cantrips that way.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You could just save up on a wand of magical hygiene, I think.
Yeah.
How
that's
much are
more
wands?
expensive, but
A wand of cantrip is 375 gil.
Yeah, so we can get it soon, but probably not now.
Like another cantrip, but it's gonna take a while. I think I get my next cantrip in like
4 levels or something like that.
yeah, every 3 levels, so level 4.
Alright, August will jot down whatever scrolls you want. You can make that decision over the week. And say he'll send both the money and the scrolls to your rooms. And he sends a priest outside. As the man draped in brown and grey cloth walks outside, they will see both Drazenka and Edwin, with most likely, I guess you'll have sheets or cloth over the bodies, as he will approach. I take it these are the deceased from the waterways.
That they are, yes.
August has told me the details. We can make sure we send the bodies to their parents if they are wanting to accept them. We will be cleaning up the bodies, most likely putting them in final wear. I'll make sure to check if they have any written works or stuff that symbolizes them, but as for the wares, it's normally custom that if you find any corpses on the road, you keep it for yourself. Unless you're not in that kind of way.
Well, these weren't exactly just on the road. Then we didn't feel right to leave them there or just loot them as they were.
Some people in the guilds like to think that if you were to avenge them, this would be their reward for you.
Then give their equipment to another Crimson Sleep. We're not of that guild.
All the guilds work together. But if so, I can have it ferried off to someone else in their guild. There's quite a few around.
So you will take things from here.
Yes, you can find your companions inside if you wish to talk about other rewards. I thought they were talking about changing the scrolls around.
Understood. Edwin will turn and walk away. Back inside.
Thank you. And doesn't go also go inside. Everything sorted in here.
Everything's fine. Can we please have the portion of our reward that we have available here? And Druzenka, you're gonna need to figure out what spell scrolls you want. That one came with 4 spell scrolls.
Alright. I will have a think of that tonight.
I can get the gold that the guild for you from out the back rooms, but I'll have to, as I say, make a note of what you want in the scrolls and send it off, and it will either be with you this night or in the morning if you are to stay here again. I think I overheard you talking with Moonman about your rooms.
What time of day is it now? Because we did the snakes, then the Beastmaster, and now the Nagas.
With all of that, it would be 5 p.m.
Yes, we are going to be staying the night at least. I can have a thought on the scrolls and discuss it and give you my answer later today.
Of course. At which point, August can go into the back rooms, pull out a relatively large lockbox with 800 gil, give that to you, and he'll make a note of whatever scrolls you tell him, and then retroactively time travel it into your rooms.
I'll figure it out in the week and send it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And with the quest done, the body's handed over, and the day coming to a close, we shall end the session here, as everyone can think of those. Well, everyone can do their level ups in the week, and Druzenka can think of those 4 scrolls that she wants.
And if you guys want any specific spells, let me know.
Alrighty.
Black
That's how
mage
much
spells.
gear we've got total in the group loop.
Wait.
Also note that whoever is holding the perfume kit and the veterinarian's kit, that they have 6 of 10 charges.
Yeah, I've got that. I would say, Jazenka, if you haven't got it already, shield might be a good shout.
I think I have shield. I do have shield.
Sweet.
The survivalist kit doesn't have charges, does it? That's just continuous.
It's just continuous, yeah.
Nice.
One quick question. What was the name of the Beastmaster?
Dorska.
Yeah. Can you write down? Thank you.
Oh, we're gonna have some good HP rolls.
No, I don't want to roll mine.
You take an average.
No. I am rolling, but I don't want to roll it.
Hmm.
It's not terrible.
Hey,
I'll take that. That's
Nice.
the best I've ever had. I need that if I'm technically being the tank.
I mean, with the amount of HP you started with, yes.
Oh man, did what's his name? Freaking August. Hear back about that that Namazu?
He's not heard back about Namazu yet, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the stream now. Is that good?
Yep, we're ending here.